Okay. Let's see what time it is.
8:46.
8:46. Okay.
Probably like 10:30.
10:30. Okay. Let's get through these. Okay. We're starting a little later than I wanted, but whatever. We were shooting something like we were last weekend. But we're here. It's Elijah, the co-host. My hair is still bleached.
Got a haircut.
You got a haircut. Yes, you did. You did. Okay.
How often do you get a haircut?
Recently, not too many. In COVID, not as many as I used to.
Really?
Yeah, I just kind of been not going to barbers.
I like waiting a little bit.
Yeah.
Like giving it like a year or so.
Yeah, my coworkers hate it. They're like, when are you getting a haircut? I don't know.
Do you like get it all the way down or do you?
No, this is like the longest it's been in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, I usually don't get it. I usually, whenever it gets this long, because my hair, like, I start looking like a homeless person.
Yeah, I would think it's annoying when it gets in your eyes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it always does that.
That's like the worst part.
Yeah. Right now my hair's pretty dry too. So.
Yeah, it gets a little like frail and shit.
Yeah, I don't like it. But whenever it's like not as dry as this, like it's just more moisture, that's doable, you know.
Yeah.
It still gets in my eyes. All right. Screen telling 5, right? 5.
Yeah, 5.
Cinco. Okay. So we watched.
Or wait, I was gonna ask something really
Yes,
quick.
go
Even
ahead.
though 10:30, you want to do this? You want to talk about Boys Don't Cry at all? You know what I mean? Like talk about like some things you just watched really quick, or we don't have to do that right now.
Yeah,
you know
we
what
can.
I mean?
Yeah.
I should have said that earlier.
I also watched
but
Boys Don't Cry, so there's definitely a lot to talk about there as well.
You could do like a non-spoiler one if you want.
Yeah. Do you want to do that right now?
Whenever you're cool with it.
We could do it.
You could do it at the end.
Yeah, we'll do it at the end.
You could do it when we're doing the
Let's get through what we
recommendations or
watched, what we promised
So-
the people we're going to watch. We watched Alice or Neco Alenky. I don't know how you pronounce
Yeah.
it, whatever.
It's Alice and what you
Alice
think?
in Wonderland.
No, Alice and like what do you think the other word is? Like rabbit or something?
Neco. Whatever. Neco means, I think that means like bunny or cat.
Okay, that makes sense.
In Japan.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that's related at all. Then we watched Pixote. Then we watched Border. Okay, so we'll start in order.
Okay.
Neco Alenky or Alice was
Yes.
recommended by a viewer. So good job, viewer. For recommending this
Very
movie.
interesting.
Very interesting movie.
Jan Schwanmarker or something.
Yeah, whatever his name was.
So when I showed you that copy I got from the library.
Yes, you did.
I ended up watching it. It was the English dub though, I think.
I got mine dubbed too.
Yours was dubbed?
Yeah, I watched it on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's just like that's probably the version from the DVD, and someone just put it on YouTube or something.
Was there any music in yours?
Fuck. I don't think so.
Okay, so the version I watched on YouTube, one of the only versions I could find that was like it was dubbed.
Mm-hmm.
The only other version was in the original language, but there was no subtitles, so I had to watch this version.
Okay.
This is a version that somebody took the footage and the audio, and they put their own music over it.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, so they put their own. They scored like I had my first original score.
Was it good?
It was great until the final like courtroom scene. It's on YouTube if you want to watch it.
Okay.
The courtroom scene. God, the music was loud.
Oh,
It's like they really tenanted it.
Is that like a mixing thing?
Yeah, they just made it way
Yeah.
too loud.
They did it Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, they did it Christopher Nolan, and I just
That's
couldn't.
funny.
I couldn't tell what was happening.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I had to really make it out though.
At first I kind of thought like I knew it was like a Czech movie,
Mhm.
but then because like half the movie there's like all the dialogue said from Alice. It's all
Yes.
close-ups of her mouth, and like some of the words she said, it's like this kind of syncs up.
But not all of it.
But then like you figure it out.
Yeah. I
wh-
kind of like some of that. Here, let's see how the audio sounds before we get too
Yeah, go for it.
too deep into it.
Yeah, go for it. I know. I do like the close-up thing.
Okay. Yeah, I thought some of those. I liked how I don't know if it was like this in your dub, but in
Uh-huh.
my dub, it was all the voice actors was the girl's voice.
Yes.
Everybody had
Yeah.
the same voice.
Yeah, she was basically narrating the whole. She
Yeah.
was narrating the dialogue.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. That seemed very like a kiddish thing to do.
I like that. Yeah.
This movie is like very. So overall, I kind of felt the same I did about House.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
I
like
see that, yeah.
so similar to House.
Yeah.
Like-
Very similar vibe. It's very like
Visual.
visual, silly. Not as much editing stuff. This is like really practical stuff.
Yeah, the effects in this are fucking great.
Yeah, they did an awesome job.
Or what would it be? Stop motion. Yeah. And it's like, it's not with like normal toys. Everything in it has a weird fucking look.
What's it called when they fill the animals? Like taxidermy?
Oh, yeah. It was like wheat in there though. That's what it looked like to me, like wheat.
Oh yeah.
It was really weird. I kind of like that though. I like that shit where like the rabbit eats his own guts.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's weird.
Just a nice
cool.
A nice little detail, right? It was really weird, and there's some stuff that was like obviously inconsistent. But then by the end you realize she's dreaming, and then all of that just kind of clicks. It definitely.
Place, yeah. I wasn't surprised by that.
Isn't that what happens in Alice in Wonderland? She wakes up.
Probably. That seems like something from House though too.
Yeah.
Like House, like it was from. He got the idea, like he asked his daughter what would be scary. And this feels like the same exact thing, except it's actually kind of scary.
Yeah.
I was going to say sometimes this movie is like, has some of the weirdest scenes like that have made me felt like disturbed.
Yeah. It had
kind of.
They really diffuse it though.
What do you mean?
Like they have some stuff that is really disturbing, but then they're just like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like
it is like a dream where it's like, isn't that supposed to be weird? But then it's like part of like the universe of the dream.
Yeah.
Kind of. And you're like, okay, I got to get used to this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like the whole shit with I think it was the Mad Hatter and the fucking.
The rabbit
guy. The hair.
Yeah, the hair.
What's the hair thing called?
I forget.
The Mad Hair? I don't know.
Something like that.
But where they keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's really weird, but then you just like. You come to accept the rules of the universe.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on that is never explained, and I kind of like it that way.
Yeah.
I like that it doesn't need to be explained. It's a dream, right? It's a dream. It could be as weird as it wants to be.
Yeah.
I like how they the sequence I like the most, like the absolute most, where I was really just invested in like what was going on was I like the scene where like they open the door after she like cries of fucking ocean.
Oh, that's my favorite part.
Yeah,
when she cries
she cries and it's like
the room full of water.
I like the scene where the rat is like swimming, gets on top of her head, starts making like a fire and shit.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, he starts cooking some food on top of her head and shit.
That is pretty funny.
That part was funny as fuck. And then like he starts a fire to cook his food. He's like, all right, this is enough of this shit.
Yeah,
that was a good part. I like when they open the door and they're like outdoors, and I just really like that part. I don't know why.
What part is that?
They open the door and like all the water comes down and it's like they're in the river. It's such a brief moment.
Yeah. The doll goes through there. Then the doll goes down and he's like Marianne, and she's like, I'm not Marianne. Yeah. Her doll looked really creepy too.
I like the way. Yeah. So when Alice shrinks down, in Alice in Wonderland, she eats the tart and she gets big, and then I don't know, I don't remember, but she eats different foods and she gets big and small. When she gets small, she turns into this doll that she was playing with before she chased the white rabbit. Yeah. And it's such a cool. I like that she turned into a doll. I really like that instead of making just effects.
Oh yeah, it looks better.
Yeah.
And it's creepier. It just gives that whole like. They definitely know they're trying to make it kind of weird you out. Like they want your like kid to see this and like cry after it.
Yeah.
That's the feeling I got from it.
Or, like watching do that rabbit.
Oh
how it did that all the time?
Yeah. It was just
the rabbit felt like the villain a lot throughout this.
Yeah, because she's always trying to like catch up with the rabbit, and then he's running away.
Yeah.
I feel like there's like some symbolism in there.
Yeah.
But I was not like invested enough to like dig for it.
Out,
yeah.
I mean, you could just research any symbolism for the original story, and it'll probably be true to this as well.
I don't think this one brought too much to that aspect of it.
No, it just felt like a retelling.
There are some things in there though. I forget who it is. I think it might be the rabbit. He goes into this drawer to grab a bandage or something, and he closes it, and it's a red cross.
Oh, I don't remember that.
And I'm like, okay, that's like, is that just like a reference to the Red Cross?
Probably.
And then there are two scenes that I think are like from other horror movies. There's like the Shining part where like the guy sticks his head through, and the door looks a lot like the door from like The Shining.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then the one with the fucking eggs, and then the eggs hatch like these fucking baby alien type of things.
What are you talking about? I don't remember that.
That was in the movie.
What part? What part was it?
she like walks into this new room and she sees these eggs there, and then the eggs just crack, and it's like these little like things walking.
What kind of things were you talking about?
Almost like skulls with like feet attached to them.
Oh, what? I'm trying to remember this. Was it midway, half?
It was definitely midway through.
Midway.
This is also too like, I felt the same with House. It got very repetitive in that it's just weird after weird scenario, and it melded for me a little bit.
Some parts, yeah.
The middle is kind of mushed. It's like, okay, she just had a bunch of weird stuff happen to her.
I really liked it until she goes into when she's looking for the scissors, and she just kind of stays there. Mm-hmm. I like the part where the rabbit's trying to climb up the ladder and shit.
Yes,
you know, that part was good.
Yeah.
Then it got a bit repetitive. It's just like, all right, she's just staying in the house.
I like when she throws the rocks at the rabbits and the people trying to get her out of that little.
Yeah, I like the part where she's like putting her hand like this, so they can't put the ladder down. And then the rabbit gets the saw and just kind of sticks it on. He's like,
it hits her hand.
Yeah, it was a good part. I like that part.
I like those scenes where like they make her look big compared to the room. Or
yeah.
They put her in a really,
that was impressive.
Like that's what they did in the house scene. They put her in like a really, or no, she's a doll in that scene, right?
At the start, yeah. And then she eats something and she gets big.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think the tart in the original one, isn't it like mushrooms or something?
No, there's some tart. There's like a tart.
Really?
And there's tea. Yeah.
Because tart seems like a really like European type of.
Yeah. Oh,
not like British thing though.
Just European.
Like
German.
Non-English speaking. Yeah.
Basically.
Like a Russia type of thing.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, it definitely is. You know what else I was thinking as I was watching this?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of let me check the audio before I get into this tangent. Hello.
I can hear you.
Hello. Okay, cool. Didn't mute it. Okay, all right, so do you know what liminal spaces are?
Mm-mm.
Okay. How do I describe this? This is almost hard to
Is it like where the sizes look out of proportion type of thing?
No, it's like do you ever see pictures of like I don't know, like an after school place, but it's like there's nobody there. There's nobody in the room and it's just completely empty.
Okay.
And it has a really weird, nostalgic, kind of creepy vibe to it.
It's like a childhood type of
like
creepy,
a childhood.
or
it's like
it sounds a little different than.
I'll just look up liminal spaces. I've always known about this phenomenon, but I never knew there was a definition to it till like. Okay, let me put this on the desktop display. Okay, let me find.
They're just
like this. Like you see that? Do you feel anything when you see that?
I think I get the idea. It's like, are you almost supposed to picture like you're the one there and you're all by yourself?
Sorta, yeah. Or like this.
That's pretty weird.
Or let me see.
You really have to get invested in it though.
Or like this. There's nobody there.
Yeah.
Let me see. There's some other good ones around here. There's got to be.
Sounds like a very like subconscious.
This. Yeah, look at this. How do you feel when you see that? Nothing? It's very subjective. It's different for everybody.
For me, it really takes a lot.
Like this, like I don't really feel anything when I see that. If that's supposed to be a liminal space.
I like that one with the tree.
This one's pretty good.
But the one with the tree has a person in it.
Liminal spaces.
Oh, the railroad one's creepy.
That one?
Yeah, I kind of get. Yeah.
That's interesting.
You really have to feel like no one's around you.
What about this one?
Oh, that's like a manufacturing thing or something, right?
Yeah. Do you feel anything when you see this? What do you feel?
It's hard for like I said.
Nothing. Just say nothing.
It's really hard to like get something out of.
Okay. What about this?
That one's creepier if it is like a miniature.
All right. Let me see. That one's pretty good.
So like, do you actually like get weirded out by it, or is it
look
like
at this one? It's not like you're weirded out. It's like I get this really strong feeling with some of these. And it's not this one so much.
That one's weird. That one kind of weirds me out.
Weird, yeah. There's this one too. It's I don't see like that one's a good liminal space.
This is like the It's like what you use the internet to look shit up for.
Yeah, liminal spaces.
Liminal space.
Let me look up like school.
Like it almost seems like a pet rock type of thing.
Pet rock. Oh, that one's good. What?
It's just so funny. Like,
not so much.
is this like a big phenomenon, or is it like?
It's not too popular.
It's not like the Mandela effect. Or
Oh
something.
shit, dude! What about this one? And do you feel anything with that?
That one like is a little weird.
It's weird, right? Do you get a feeling from it?
When I first saw it, I kind of like had like a little bit. The other one, for the most part, nothing really gives it to me. That one was a little. Maybe it looked like something I saw when I was younger.
So yeah, this is all very subjective stuff. Preschool. Okay, I can't find anymore. Okay, back to this.
Liminal spaces.
Yes. Okay, so the reason why I bring that up, I was watching a video on liminal spaces not too long ago, maybe 6 months ago or so, and they were talking about liminal spaces and this phenomenon, why people get these weird. Okay. And there's popular ones, like some of those ones aren't the best examples, but this guy was showing like the best examples, and he was talking about them, and all the people who really got a feeling from these images were people from America and people who were born between like the 90s and like the 2000s, right?
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's pretty weird.
And so they went to Russia and they're like, Russia, how do you feel about these images? Like, we don't really feel anything. But when we see these images, these ones really make us feel weird. And their liminal spaces are like crummy, like really shitty houses, like really shitty, like indoorsy, like really shitty light bulbs, like really just like dirty walls and shit. And so when I see like Russian stuff or like even like British stuff, I feel like they're really influenced by like for me, I know when I'm gonna try to shoot stuff, I want it to feel like a liminal space almost. But whenever I can,
like your own type of liminal space.
So I feel like a lot of this was influenced by like childhood, like what was weird, like what had that weird feeling. And so like I feel like a lot of stuff that creeped me out as a kid, or like just nostalgic stuff they saw was like a lot of bones and like fake animals and stuff, a lot of crummy.
That's like a big like after effect of war type of thing.
Yeah.
Because like all that shit got fucked up. You know?
Yeah.
And it's just them like, it's weird that like, okay, from the study you were talking about, did they just like survey a shit ton of people, or just like people from a specific age group, or just
whoever was on the internet? It was really whoever's on the internet.
Okay.
But yeah, so depending on what time you're born and what country you're from, what area of that country you're from, you will have different liminal spaces.
That's a really cool idea though. I think the rag stuff makes a lot of sense too. Yeah. Because like imagine just like living in like a really rural part of like Russia or the Czech Republic or like Poland or something.
Right, yeah.
And then like that shit gets bombed and you're fucking like, if you're Jewish, you die. Like it just has like this weird subconscious like thing that attracts itself to being scared, probably.
Yeah. So imagine seeing this, like the images I showed you that you had connections to, that you felt connected to. Imagine feeling that way about like a really shitty looking indoor.
Yeah, exactly. It's like just a different thing across cultures.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah. So Russians who will see this movie will probably, I don't want to say they'll appreciate it. They'll connect to the visuals maybe a little bit more than we will.
It might just have like that. They might like it more just because that subconscious effect. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
Oh shit! Like your mind remembers seeing it and like connecting it negatively. So I guess like for generation, what is it, Z? Gen Z.
We're Gen Z.
So like our version of World War II was pre-K.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's so fucking stupid.
But
no, you're right though.
It's very interesting. I was thinking about that because I had that context.
Thinking about elementary schools kind of creeps me out.
Yeah, there's a lot of images I see of like elementary school pictures when there's no kids in them, and some of it really gets to me. Or
just like think of like your elementary school, like with no one there at night.
Yeah, it's creepy. I mean, it's not creepy. It's almost like wholesome in a way.
Just think like you're the only one there. Yeah. Nah, dude, that's creepy as hell.
I like that. I like that feeling.
Let me move this up a little bit.
Go for it.
I just noticed that.
I got it.
Oh shit.
I got it.
My bad. No, yeah, that's.
Keep going.
When I think about that, like the first elementary school I went to, and thinking about just like being in one of the rooms at night, knowing there's absolutely no one else there, that's really fucking weird.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't know. That might just be me.
I like that. I mean, it's creepy, but I like feeling like that. I like really weird feelings.
No, I enjoy that. I mean, we like watching movies like Irreversible and stuff. So,
yeah.
I wish I got that feeling from this movie. Because this movie, I'm just kind of like, okay, it's weird stop motion.
I didn't get a lot of that feeling from this movie.
Like I feel like, remember that one short I showed you called The Separation?
Yes,
that feels very influenced by this guy.
100%.
Because this guy, I looked up his filmography. This is basically what he does. He has maybe like 5 to 10 features like this, and he just does a bunch of like stop motion shorts.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you're into stop motion
or trying to get into stop motion,
that's probably like the thing that inspires you, kind of.
Yeah, I feel like this is like something that Tim Burton may have watched, is like,
yes,
and then like those internet guys, like The Separation, any of those weird like there's one called like Bobby or some shit. The one with like the bunny character. That's all that stuff feels very influenced by this, because this is like stop motion they used a lot as like practical effects, or just like weird, or just like other weird like movies. This is really out there for stop motion. It's
kind of like how like the old Santa Claus movies have that weird. The stop motion is just a little bit weird to the point where it's kind of creepy. Yeah, like Santa Claus is coming down, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Those are not that creepy.
You see what I mean, though? In a way, that's almost like a liminal space where it's just like, for whatever reason, that the way they're constructed, maybe it's like the way their faces look exactly.
Yeah, they make them look very childish.
And it's just like weird. It almost doesn't look right.
And I still like those animations though.
Oh no, I like the movie. I bought like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer around Christmas, or like my girlfriend bought it for me or something. I enjoy it, but it's like it takes that idea and like enhances it.
Yeah, because they use some real stuff in there. I mean, like,
oh yeah, that was a cool thing too. It was a mix of like stop motion and like you said, I think you said like practical effects.
Practical. I mean, it all looked practical. It was all practical.
No, but practical isn't the right
word.
Like
IRL.
Yeah,
like not stop motion.
Yeah, like the girl.
Yeah, there's a lot of scenes of her walking around normally.
Yeah,
it felt like there was when they're recording some of it, they took some of the frames out to give it that like stop motion animation look.
Yeah,
but it would be a pain in the ass to shoot somebody like or take a picture.
When they can just go like that.
I think they just like took some of the frames out to give it that look.
No, yeah. There are a few scenes where there's like the stop motion shit and her in it.
Yeah.
So,
what'd you think of the ending with like the bunny being gone?
It didn't do much for me.
Really? I liked it.
You like the bunny not being there?
Yeah, it's like, imagine waking up and you thought, oh, it was just a dream, and the bunny's fucking gone. It's like,
that would be kind of weird, dude.
That'd be creepy.
That's why she's chasing the bunny too.
Yeah.
And then the bunny, like, she can't catch him even out of the dream.
Yeah, even out of the dream.
Yeah, that's weird.
I like that the bunny's gone and the glass is broken. It's like, was it really? I mean, all right, the fucking glass is broken.
Well, also too, like the beginning of the movie is like her looking at the stream, and then it's like,
mom,
Alice wants to watch a movie. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that part too.
I like they're really like.
It's a nice little intro.
I like that, like really forcing the audience to like accept an idea type of thing. Even if it's not fourth wall break technically, it's like really saying like, this is what you're doing.
Yeah,
you're sitting down and watching something that I made to make you feel like a certain way.
Right.
I don't know if everyone thinks about it like that, but
I mean, no. Some people hate being forced.
Yeah,
things
yeah, but
this one was a lot of fun.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Good to watch while you're high.
How would you prefer? Would you rather watch this again or House?
I might watch House again, just because House is very lighthearted, kind of, and not to say like I don't like it being darker. Did someone?
No, that was just my phone.
Oh, okay. Not that I don't care for it being darker, but I just kind of like the tone of House more. And
yeah, I think House, they're very similar, but
they're like the tone's a little.
Oh yeah,
they're parallel.
But also, I really like the editing in House at certain parts.
Yeah.
The editing in House is like balls to the wall from like second zero.
It's really crazy.
It's just like the second you start, it's like right into it.
There's a lot more like practical shit that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoy like the practical stuff from House more than this. But I'm also just not a stop motion person.
Yeah, I mean,
that shit took a long time to make.
Oh, no doubt.
Like,
oh shit, I'd rather shoot
House like 2 times.
Yeah, I'd rather shoot House like 3 times even than fucking stop motion. Stop motion is like,
that shit's crazy.
You might as well be a private detective with the patience you need for that.
You might as well be a doctor or some
Jesus
shit.
Christ. You know? But yeah, I liked there are certain parts that I like about this more than I like House. Like I felt like this kept my attention a little bit better than House. At certain parts, there were parts where I was kind of annoyed with this movie, where it's like just dragged a little bit. But
You're
I felt
doing the same thing over and over.
But I felt the same way about House as well.
I felt the same way about House. I think in the end I do like enjoy House more than this, but this, like, I feel if I watched this at a different point in my life, I would like it more.
Possibly.
Like if I was like maybe 9 or 10, I think this movie would really freak me out.
What about in the future?
I don't know.
Yeah, this would be something that you'd like turn on the TV and you don't change the channel. And you just,
you're like, watching. What the fuck? Like your mom's taking a shower or something.
I love those nights.
Yeah.
I look back on those memories.
Like it almost like, in a way, like it makes me a little like nostalgic of just like being a kid.
Yeah.
Not like my childhood specifically, but just being like.
Just being young.
Young.
Yeah, like young.
But like.
Young.
In a way, I don't think the movie's like. I'm like drawing it farther than what the movie's giving you.
Okay. Yeah.
So the movie, like, this is gonna sound bad, but it doesn't have like too much substance, in my opinion.
No, it's Alice in Wonderland.
It's like a purely like visual treat. Like it doesn't. I didn't watch this movie and then think about it the way I thought about like a Tarkovsky movie or something, or like Eyes Wide Shut. Like Eyes Wide Shut, I'm fucking driving, taking a shower, jacking off, and I'm thinking about it, you know. But this, it's like.
Eyes Wide Shut all the time. All right,
but like, this, it's just like, okay, I saw that.
yeah, I know what you mean.
So, I would give it like a, not to end the conversation, but I'd give it like a 6 out of 10. I'd give it the same grade I gave House.
What grade did I give House?
You gave House like a D, I think.
Yeah, so also like I would also give it like a 6 out of 10. Like, all right, let me think. What else was it in this movie?
I'm glad I saw it. I feel like we should have liked it more.
That's how I feel about House too. But that's whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. This one though, like
this is something I feel like YMS would also like. You know.
Yeah.
You know,
YMS.
Like he really likes House. He'd probably like this.
YMS would definitely like this. It's just like it also depends what you're trying to get out of it. Like I said, like if you really just want an experience of like looking at cool visuals, like nothing else really. Then it's that.
It has some interesting emotion behind it, you know, some of the visuals.
I feel like it's hard too to get connected to Alice because
she's
like
she's minimal. She's just really
you just know what's gonna happen to her.
Yeah.
Like you know, like it off with her head. Like I would have been so surprised if they actually cut off her head. Yeah, like you know they're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like there's no stakes with it. As much as I hate to say that, like
it's it's like an old story.
Yeah.
Old story.
Yeah.
I liked I was wondering how they were gonna do the scene with the caterpillar who's like smoking in the original.
Oh yeah.
Animation. I like that part of like the original with like the caterpillar smoking is like just such a chill scene. You know, it's like it's just really chill. Yeah, it's just really. And he's just kind of like giving. I don't even remember what he was there for. I think he's giving her advice.
Probably. I haven't seen it in a long time.
But yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time.
I like what they did with the caterpillars.
It was clever. Yeah,
or they were all caterpillars, right?
Yeah, they're socks. Yeah, they're socks, but
that was
cool.
Yeah. That's like a really kidsy way to think about it. Like that's something you do too when you're a kid. You're like, I'm a caterpillar, and you put your hand in a sock or something.
Yeah.
Some dumb shit like that.
They're all dirty socks, and they're like burrowing into the wood.
Yeah. She's fighting with the fucking sock.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, her socks are trying to leave.
Yeah,
that was creative.
And then I like how the caterpillar like morphs into like these like dentures and like glass eyes. That was cool as fuck.
It was cool.
I appreciate all the technical craft that goes into.
I like the part where he's like, "I'm gonna go to sleep now," and he starts sewing his eyes shut.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
That would definitely fuck up a kid. Like it's.
Let me try that.
For some adults, it makes them scared, I guess.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people like this movie.
Oh, do they really?
So, yeah.
I haven't looked up any reviews or anything.
It has like a 7.5 on IMDb.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, people like it. What was I gonna say? Anything else? The Queen was kind of boring.
Off with her head.
Yeah, that's all she said.
All the time.
Yeah. I mean, you really get the idea that she's like crazy. She's a crazy person.
Yeah, that's just like the character. She's just over the top. I wasn't too impressed by it.
I was kind of sad when they cut off the Mad Hatter's head and the bunny's head, because I really like those characters.
Yeah, the bunny's the bitch, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked how they're just like in this never-ending loop of always going around like putting mashed potatoes in the clock.
Oh yeah, I like
Yeah,
or
that
it's
scene was
butter,
awesome.
right?
Butter, whatever it was.
That was so
I like
clever.
that scene where it's like it's just a constant.
Yeah,
loop.
yeah.
That was probably another one of my favorite parts. That part was awesome.
That part and the
and
tears
just,
are
they
mine.
just don't stop, and he just doesn't stop drinking tea. It's like,
and this
bro,
tea's going through his stomach.
Yeah, it's like imagine how that tastes. Like he's probably been drinking tea for who knows, decades, years, forever. Who knows? Like he just has a constant taste of tea in his mouth.
It's just his life.
And he just like stops for a moment, notices that Alice is there, and just continues. And he's like, "Yeah, back to this."
That scene was
Back
kind
to
of
the
weird
tea.
in how like they keep going over and over.
I love that. I love that part so much. It was so that weirdness just worked for me. It was just you could tell they're just crazy.
So when you see a scene like that, is it like you go from kind of being like, okay, to then you start seeing it and you're like, oh fuck, okay, I'm digging this, and then once it kind of transitions, like, does it simmer down? Like,
yeah, it does. It started to simmer down. So it started to simmer down when she left the room, because I still liked the way it felt. It simmered down when she entered the next room, because she's entering into like a new energy almost.
So like when you saw it in a way, like your emotions were kind of like off on.
Yeah, it was like
yeah.
And when she first enters the room, you know, it's like interesting. They're like, what they say when I was like, no more room, or whatever. What the dolls say? They said something like that, and she closes the doors like, what the fuck? Then she goes back in, and you kind of see what's going on. And you don't really get it. You just see them do their thing, like their shtick, like that's just what they're doing. Then the bunny shows up for, you know, whatever, he leaves. And then they keep doing what they're doing at the beginning. They keep doing it and doing it. And they build up like this. They build up like this rhythm with like the edits. And it gets quicker and quicker. And you see, oh, these people are doing that shit they've been doing that forever. Like these guys are like pros at doing what they're doing. They could get paid to do this. You know, like that's
their cycle.
That's their cycle. That's just what they do. And they don't sleep. That's their life. It's like hell. Because they're just crazy people. And I really liked that. I really liked how it was like, it really built that rhythm.
No, that is a cool idea.
And it's like, I think what really made it work was like you see them do that in the beginning, and they really show you what that means. They really show you like they go around the whole table doing this forever.
Yeah. It is good that stays on there. It's good that's like a 3 or 4 minute, probably like 5 minute scene. And
because I thought that was so entertaining, I was just like, when they got their heads cut off, I was like, oh, I mean, they're still alive, but
yeah, it's
I
like why'd
them.
you get the cool characters?
Yeah, the cool characters. It's like fucking it's like watching them kill like Silent Bob,
Jay and Silent Bob or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
I was like, man, why'd you do that?
When they're not like the ones that deserve it.
Yeah.
They were expendable a little bit.
Yeah, they were.
They're kind of made to be expendable.
Yeah. That's pretty much everything I could think of for this movie. The skeleton stuff was creepy and cool. Like when they're coming out of the carriage. Yeah. That part was creepy. That was really creepy.
Oh, really? Kind of weirded you out a little bit.
Yeah. I liked when the bunny kept falling back on the ladder and like hitting the glass. Like hit the glass like 3 different times. Yeah. That was like a very that's like a Charlie Chaplin thing almost. Yeah, I can see that.
Very like slapstick. I like when she's going the fucking Wonderland's in a drawer and then the drawer's on fucking rocks. Yeah. That part was like a liminal
little bit, yeah, I can see that.
Liminal. That's like a liminal space.
Yeah. I could see that, yeah. I liked it.
I didn't even know where that was.
It
looked like it could have been on a beach or something.
Yeah, it tricks you into thinking that you're indoors, and then suddenly they're running outdoors.
Yeah, that was cool.
It's like she's entering the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they run on these rocks.
The rocks were really cool.
Yeah, I like that part as well.
They were like lava rocks, kind of.
A little bit, yeah. It was almost on a beach, but they never showed
It's almost like the rocks are like on like a hill, kind of, and then there's the beach below it, but the rocks are like covering it, so you just see the sky.
Pretty much. What else was there in this movie?
It was like, if we really like analyzed it, if you watch it like scene for scene, there's a lot of shit you could say. In a way, it's very detailed.
Yeah, I feel like I missed a lot of details as well.
No, it's more like technical details.
Yeah, it's more like
thematically, it's not like very rich.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make it a bad thing, but
I don't know. Well, maybe Alice in Wonderland is one of the most thematic rich. Some of them are like fucking. What's his name? Jordan Peterson analyzes like fucking like Pinocchio, and he just points out like this is how it relates to psychology and stuff like that. Here's why it's so archetypal, or whatever. But anyways,
I know what you're saying, but it's like if you really like,
it's nothing new.
Like
though.
a frame by frame type of thing. It's more just like analyze. Okay, that's a cool visual.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit.
Some people though I think really do like the
visuals.
It makes up for like the story not being too new.
Right. Yeah.
But
I feel like if you connect with Russian liminal spaces, you'll like this movie.
Yeah.
For
or
sure.
you like
easily
the weird stop motion.
the stop motion.
Stop motion.
The character design, the set design.
Yeah.
Very like DIY looking, you know.
Yeah. Very
very
rugged.
Really grimy.
The fucking. It definitely hasn't been restored.
No, hell no. Yeah.
So you'll see like the film grain and shit.
It looks like how it looked when it was when it was first made.
This would be a cool movie to see in a theater.
Oh yeah, you know, that'd be interesting if we ever owned a theater.
House too.
Would you own a theater if you had the money?
Yes, if I had the money to.
That'd be sick as fuck. Have you seen Cinema Paradiso?
I need to see that movie.
That's a good one.
Is it?
That's all about theaters.
Really?
Yeah, it's good.
I hear people say that's like one of the best movies ever.
No, but it's really good.
Okay.
It's really good. Yeah. It's really, really good. It's actually really good.
I
can see why people really like this movie.
I've heard like it's like on a bunch of top 10 lists. And shit.
I'm sure it's on my dad's. I think my dad really loves that movie.
It's like one of those movies where it's like clickbait type of 10 movies of 10 best movies of all time type.
Yeah, of it's still good though. It's still really good.
I'll check it out at some point. There's a good arrow for it.
Okay, so
is that all you have on Alice?
I think so. Yeah.
What would you give it?
If a student brought this to me, I was a teacher and a student brought this to me, I'd ask them what they wanted to do. Like, if this is what they were going for. Is this what you wanted? Is this the feeling, right? I don't really connect with the visuals, but do you connect with the visuals, right?
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, this is what I wanted. You know, I didn't want any story. I just wanted to retell it in a really weird way. I'd be like, okay, then you got it, you know. For what you wanted, this is like an A. From what, you know, for something that would work for me, this is like a D+.
Yeah.
Like a D+. Because this is like, I mean, I connect to some of the images, and like some of the parts are really great, but it's you know, it's not exactly something that I felt like at every moment I was just connected to. Like, yeah, I want to see more of this.
Yeah.
It was more like, I'm glad I appreciate that I'm watching this, but I don't think I would ever use like there wasn't a moment where I thought I would use that technique in filmmaking. Maybe there's a few parts if I go back and I look at like the editing or like some of the framing, I might like it. You know, like, oh, that was clever. But first watch, there's nothing I can think of that really caught me. Like, oh, I really like the way that was. That was clever.
It's like a tone poem.
A little bit.
It's like a tone poem.
It's exactly what it's like.
Visual, big visual thing.
I think the one technique I did like was the mouth. I thought that was interesting. I
like that. Yeah. I do like that. Like, it's very repetitive too. But I still liked it. I was like, okay, this is.
It's like it sets like Anthony uses this word. It's not the right one, but like a baseline almost.
Kind of. You know, it's like something you always know the dialogue's going to be coming from.
Yeah, exactly. And it looked good too.
I feel like that'd be something people would complain about.
Not me.
A lot.
No, unless if it was done right. You really
I feel like it's done right.
I think it was done right
because it's never long. It's like a 1 second shot or so. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd watch it again for that, actually.
Yeah, I might.
The close-ups?
Well. Yeah. It's on YouTube. So
even though that's so dumb, but still.
Yeah. So it's on YouTube. Check it out. It's got, if you watch it on YouTube, it's going to have some dude's music on it, which is what I watched. The court scene's a little bit, you're going to have to turn up the volume for the court scene. But besides that, D+. You also gave it like a D.
I gave it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. What's your 6 out of 10?
My 6 out of 10 is passing.
Oh, so a C?
It's positive.
Okay, so you give it a C.
Like a 3 out of 4 or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for Alice. Thank you to the viewer who recommended that.
Yeah, thank you.
Very, very interesting, entertaining watch. Okay.
You want to do Pixote?
Pixote. So this is what I recommended. I heard about this movie because I was listening to an interview with Harmony Korine.
Oh, shit, okay.
And I didn't know that. And he was talking to him, and he was all like, yeah, I was talking to Larry Clark about some of the movies that really influenced us, and they mentioned, you know, like Pixote. They mentioned Pixote.
Okay.
They also mentioned Rumblefish.
Oh,
which you're reading the book for.
That seems like a big mix of Harmony Korine. I haven't seen Gummo, but that seems like what Gummo is.
Pixote is closer to Gummo than Rumblefish. Rumblefish is like gothic. It's
what? Really?
Yes.
What the
That's
fuck?
why I know.
Okay, don't say anymore.
I know. Okay. I know. Exactly. I know. I read the book. He's reading the book.
I have
right
like
now.
40 pages left.
Yeah. So I read the book for Rumblefish. Then I watched the movie, and that's why the movie was like I wasn't expecting this.
Okay.
From the movie.
Okay.
So you're gonna get the same feeling that I got.
Okay.
Rumble Fish, the movie, is different than the vibe in the book.
Okay, the book is very like. We'll talk about it, but the book's very like macho kind of.
I like how macho the book is.
I'd read the book again.
Yeah,
like,
it's really easy read, dude.
But Pixote, like, yeah, when you recommended this, I was kind of like, I've seen Hector Babenco's Karandiru, which is about like, you would like that. You would like that. Imagine like City of God and this movie in a prison.
Oh, nice.
That's what Karandiru is, dude.
All right, let me check the audio real quick.
That's what Karandiru is, dude.
Right,
I saw that like in December or something.
Nice.
So then I saw Pixote, Hector Babenco.
Mm-hmm.
It's like his first like big movie.
Is it?
So I'm like, okay, this is like Brazilian movies have like a really. I've only seen 3 Brazilian movies, I think.
Yeah, they go hard.
Yeah, dude.
They go hard. Man.
Karandiru and City of God are the only other ones.
Fuck, dude.
But these
City
movies are like thematic fucking trilogies.
Yeah, and I could see
like,
that.
Holy shit, man!
Yeah.
Like,
fucking dude. Yeah, City of God. We'll have to talk about that sometime.
Pixote is like the fucking grandfather of City of God.
Pixote. I can see some Harmony Korine stuff from Pixote easily. There's a few scenes in Pixote where I'm like, that seems very Harmony.
Dude,
Korine.
Not lying. This is like top 10 best final images ever.
Oh yeah, I like.
Holy
the final
cow!
image,
No,
which
dude,
one?
like,
The train tracks or the one before that?
No, when she's fucking sucking her tit.
Yeah.
Dude, there was some shit in this movie. Like today, it would be kind of hard to get away with some of that stuff. Like the whole little kid sucking on her breast. Dude, that was so fucking good. I saw that and I'm like, holy cow, this movie went there. Like I was not expecting it, and that's like that's like what a tone poem should be.
Yeah.
Cuz that actually like means something too.
Yeah,
it's like Like it's like his mother, like surrogate mother.
Let's start from the
beginning.
Let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
All right, this is gonna be a conversation. We'll try to get through it as quick as we can.
Let's see. What time is it? 9:27.
9:27. So we got about an hour.
Okay, if I gotta leave at 11, that's not a big deal.
Okay. So beginning. So this movie is really separated in 2 halves. Not detention. Juvenile. What do they call it? Juvie. So it's like.
Oh,
juvie.
it was a dormitory.
Dormitory.
It's because when you saw it, we watched the Daily Motion one.
Yeah.
Hector Babenco gives the introduction.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to explain it, or
you go ahead.
Basically, like at the time in Brazil, I guess like the kids wouldn't get in trouble for crimes. They would just go to like these detention centers.
Right. Yeah.
And juvie's probably the best way to describe it.
It's like a juvie.
But these kids are living in like fucking shit ass conditions.
Yeah, they're living in fucking Brazil. You know? They're living in Brazil, bro. That's like it doesn't get any worse than that. That's like the worst place to live.
You're gonna go like to Brazil to preview one of your movies, and then you're pull up Screen Tongue, and you're gonna fucking assassinate it.
I'll tell you another reason why I really want to see this movie. The main actor they chose for this, Pixote, the kid they got. Oh my god, dude! You can tell that kid is from Brazil. Like he just had like he's really
his face,
interesting face. He's got those eyes, he's got those eyes that are like, this guy, this is a kid, but he's seen some shit, like he's mature for his age. He's really mature.
Yes.
He's got those like,
it's like mature eyes in like a young person's body.
Yeah. And
then like, almost like, he's like the stereotype kind of,
yeah.
But he works. Like he looks
great.
good, He has like emotion to his face and shit. Like.
Have you put any research into this guy?
Yeah, that's fucking. You can.
Okay, all right. So this kid, he did Pixote. He was what, 10 or 11?
I think he was 11. His name was like Fernando de Ramos, something like that.
So he shot this movie, and it was successful. It was like in Brazil.
Yeah, people really liked
people
it.
Liked it.
People all over. It put Babenco on the map.
Yeah, it was awesome. Really great reception. So what's his name? Frederico. Francisco
or Fernando de Ramos.
Or Pixote. I'm just gonna call him Pixote.
If you see the cover of the film poster, you'll see his dick too.
Do you really?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
All right. So this kid Pixote is a great acting performance. Obviously.
Yeah.
He left.
Really
he left to go try shooting a few different things, but nothing panned out.
Yeah.
Apparently. I didn't get too much.
Did you read the Wikipedia thing?
I read the IMDb.
Oh, okay.
So he tried a few things. Nothing really panned out. He went back to just living his normal life.
He was also illiterate.
Was he illiterate?
He was illiterate.
Yeah, that's right. They said he had trouble memorizing the screenplays.
They thought like he was just like lazy, but probably, nah, he was illiterate.
I don't know. Yeah, but he couldn't memorize the screenplays, so he went back to living normally in Brazil. He had a kid, and then he got involved
at like
in gangs.
15.
At like 15. Got
he got married and had a kid at like fucking 15.
Fucking Brazil, dude. Got involved in like gangs and drugs and shit, and then at 19 he died. Was he killed?
So that's like the thing. I guess he got in like this argument with the cops or something.
Shit.
And they got him on the ground, and they say he was like resisting arrest, but he was shot 7 times in the back.
Holy shit.
And then the autopsy said it was like he was like on the ground when they shot him.
That's fucking nuts.
That's fucking. I remember because like I like looked it up on Wikipedia, and then I click on this one guy, Francisco, and then it says like 1962 to like 1987 or something, or 1960 1987. And I'm like, why the fuck's he like not that old? And then I read that and I'm like, holy shit,
crazy.
That's so crazy.
That's when I watch the movie and I see the ending, and like he walks off, on the train tracks. It's like I see the rest of the movie is like his actual life. Because like he goes back to being that Brazilian
That's
kid.
So crazy.
And then it's like, that kid's gonna die at 19.
That's like his life, man. Yeah, because now he's on his own.
Yeah.
That they could almost like Pixote 2 was his life. That's
yeah,
so crazy.
Pixote 2 is his actual life, right?
So fucking like that, or we'll bring that up later. But that's just so tragic, kind of.
It's really tragic.
Like he was in this great movie that's supposed to be about basically like a social issue in Brazil. And then literally like they're spreading like awareness on this issue. Like it's a great movie, everything about it. And he still fucking dies that way.
Yeah.
It's
nothing changed
so
for him.
sad.
Yeah, he couldn't even be saved by like one of the
stars
best
or anything.
Brazilian movies ever made.
You know, like that's another thing too I wanted to kind of bring up with
What's
this.
that?
This is like a movie where it's like it's depicting people in like a really shitty situation and like this thing that's going on in Brazil. Like this is like a prominent issue during that time. Yet still like the people like they're using to film the movie are part of it.
Right.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yet the director,
not a lot of them are like actors.
The director gets like really famous for it,
and then uses them.
Yeah, dude. Because his next movie, he got nominated for an Oscar for Best Director.
Wow.
And like fucking
fucking gets shot 7 times.
Yeah, it's kind of like he fucking like leapfrogged off of their tragedy.
I would have taken Pixote with me, dude. He's got such a face.
Yeah,
God, I wish he was in more stuff. I want to see him as like a man. I want to see what he looks like.
He was fucking phenomenal in this movie.
Great. Like back to the beginning. I like the beginning when all the cops are like rounding him up and sitting him down, and they're saying like they're giving like brief rundowns of the characters. Like, it reminds me of like what we're gonna do with Shoe kind of.
Yeah.
But it's like there's like all right, 17, like mother, father, this age, whatever.
I remember.
And then like that's me. And they get to Pixote, and he's like father unknown, 10, 11, whatever. He's like, why is your father unknown? He's like, my dad's dead.
Yeah.
And he's the way he says the line is so fucking good.
Isn't it like he's kind of like looking off in a way?
A little bit. It was like no, it was just honest. It was just so honest the way he said it. Like he said it like I don't even. It's such a good mix of emotions.
He wasn't like saying it to feel bad for himself.
No, it was.
It's almost like it's a part of his life, so like ingrained. It's like it's weird.
It's such a good delivery.
That's like my life, kind of.
Yeah, it's very like matter of fact, but it's also like very bitter.
It's almost like when someone asks your name,
and
like you're not happy with your name, but like you've had your name your whole life.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like his name is like equivalent to like his dad being dead.
Yeah.
That's like how fucked up his life is.
That's obviously way worse.
Yeah, dude.
But
that's the way he acts about it, though, kind of.
Yeah, that's how he acts about a lot of things in the movie.
Because like everything's so fucking bad for them. Like anything like relatively like bad for us is kind of like good for them. Like that's so fucked up. But that's just like they're fucking. The scene that really fucking like starts off the movie and gets disturbing.
Know what you're gonna say.
The fucking kids wake up in the fucking dorm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay,
it's
where are they?
nighttime, everybody's sleeping.
I'm like, where are they gonna try and do? And then they fucking like go up to this kid. He's like, hey, be quiet. And I'm kind of like, I'm still. But then they get on top of him like, holy shit, dude. Imagine having to live like that, fucking like getting afraid,
dude.
like afraid to sleep because you're gonna be raped.
I really liked how this movie showed rape as like a very male on male thing.
Yeah,
dude. There's not enough movies that do that. This really did that idea justice. It was scary. It's scary.
Very homoerotic.
Yeah,
it's crazy how
very
like
very homo movie. There's like one or
dude.
two women in this movie,
and even then, like, sex is very. His other Karandiru is kind of like this.
Oh, yeah.
I was almost gonna say this is like a Brazilian thing.
It might be,
but I don't think City of God has it too much.
No, they have women in
yeah. The rape stuff in this movie is fucking. It's gnarly,
disturbing,
dude.
man. Yeah, that first scene. So you get them, like, they round up all the kids, you get the introduction, you kind of start going through the juvie, like, okay, set up, whatever. Then they get to that rape scene, and all the kids are like sneaking over, and there's like a bunch. They're holding down this one. It's like a little kid. It's like a 10-year-old, right? It's like some little kid who's getting raped.
You see his ass too.
Yeah, they get on top. This can, if you have a weak stomach, you turn it off.
Nah,
but
dude,
yeah, they get on top of this 10-year-old kid, and like, be quiet. I was like, I thought they were gonna beat the shit out of him. But they start, like, then you see him, like, start humping. I'm like, oh my fucking God, dude. It just made my stomach sick.
It's like they have, like, do they do it because they, like, have nothing else to do, kind of? Or is it like they're just, like, that horny? Or is that just, like...
It's like a big mix of shit. It's like they're horny. They're not around any women. They're kind of like characters in Chew. They really just want to, like, hurt, They just have, like, they have a lot of, like, pent-up stuff.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of Boys Don't Cry in that way.
Okay,
a lot of characters were, like, just pent up, like, just not anger, but just like a lot of emotion, and they're just like they're taking it out on people because they don't know how else to take it out.
This is cheesy, but is it like how people say, like, the world around them kind of inflicts pain, so that's the only thing they learn they know how to do? Is it like that, or
a little bit? It's more like it's not so much like they want to inflict pain. It's more like, I don't know. It's almost like they're trying to prove something. It's weird. It's a lot of emotions.
They're animals too.
They're animals.
It's very animalistic.
It's very, that part
scene
is so sad,
gross, dude.
And then fucking Pixote is watching it. It's like,
it's just like you're around that shit as like a kid, and that's your life. And it's like at some point it doesn't even become too bad, just because like you're around so much like misery all the time.
Yeah,
it's like it's a great movie for like appreciating like
your life.
Having like a fucking bed or something. Yeah. Like, holy cow. More people need to see that just on this like aspect. They need to like show this all the private schools.
Oh yeah.
The
but yeah, that scene's brutal. That scene's really brutal. And they start you off on it. Like, that's a good scene.
Oh, you get into it.
That's a good scene to watch people leave the theater.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck are we what are we watching,
there's some people who definitely could not handle that scene.
Oh, yeah.
Because they kind of, the way they shoot it, they almost put you in the perspective of like the kid getting raped.
Yeah,
bit, Or like you really feel bad for that kid.
Yeah.
Like, it's rape is such a helpless feeling.
He's like really like there's nothing the kid can do. He's being like held down by other people.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's like one of the best scenes of the movie.
Very emotional. Yeah, it got me like instantly. It was like, wow, this is fucking intense.
That and the final image are probably like up there. That is one thing too. The movie isn't like overtly like visual. It's a very like.
I still think it was. I still think there was a. It got more visual when they got in the city.
It's like it's more like visual in the way like you're looking at characters.
Yeah.
It's not like a set piece type of movie or anything like that, or even like the way the camera moves. The camera's like I feel pretty basic, but
mostly tripod.
Yeah.
Shots,
It's like the way. It's like the stuff. It's really about the stuff in the frame. Mm-hmm. About like the way the characters look and like how fucked up they are.
Yeah.
And just like Pixote, the way you said he looks, it's like a very cinematic look.
Yeah, and he's all scraped up and shit.
Yeah,
it feels like oh, we need you for the shoot. It's like I got my face all fucked up. Is it okay?
They're like we wanted that.
Yeah, we want that. Yeah, come on.
They found a kid that almost has like burns on his face.
A little bit.
It's like they definitely looked for something like that.
Yeah, great casting job. Really, God, that kid is his face.
It's good.
They had some cool framing stuff they did. Like there's that one scene where they're, oh man, we're gonna have to get into this character.
Oh, okay.
What's her name? Lolita.
Oh, the transgender.
I don't even think
person.
I don't think
it was like.
I don't think she was trans yet. I think they were still like had a man's body.
It's kind of like a cross-dresser thing.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the lingo they use now, but.
And all the people there treat her like a girl, kind of like a weird girl man.
It's like they're cool with it.
Yeah, they're just cool with it. Yeah, nobody's really sexist about or like transphobic about it or anything. They're just kind of like, yeah, that's Lolita. She's kind of like a whore.
That's what she is.
It's a guy.
She's the guy that like
with like red hair.
Yeah, like dresses up like a girl, but it's like. That's like the whole homoerotic thing though too, because it's like they have like no pussy around them, so it's like. the ones that are gay are gonna be the girls.
Yeah.
Basically, because there's a few characters like that. She's just the one that's like popular.
Yeah, yeah.
Or that gets the screen
the
time.
most obvious about it. Yeah.
What did you think about her character?
I kind of liked her. I thought it was a interesting. It added something that was different from the other characters. It was like, there's a few scenes where I'm like, oh, I'm glad she's talking or doing something. It's like it's a good brush of fresh.
She does bring like a feminine side to all of it.
She gives it a difference. She gives it a new perspective.
Everyone's looking at it from like shove and go type of point of view, and then she's there to just kind of like slow it down. Yeah, the way like a woman would think, kind of. Yeah,
she's still kind of like I mean, the actor's a he, but like the character's a. Like,
I don't care.
It gets very complicated, yeah, I liked her presence, because everybody else is like really just like like you said, like just really gruddy, like juvie kids. I like the kid who played music. I like the part where he's up there on the stage with the band.
That part's really fucking cool. I like
that part. That part was great.
That even though his singing
was
that's
good.
almost like something I would like listen to, I think.
Yeah, me too. I wanted to go back and find that song.
It kind of reminds me of like a Santana thing, but like a little more poppy.
Yeah.
But he even has like the look of like a singer for there.
Yeah.
He's like a juvie version of a.
I like that part, man. It's like, it's just it's juvie, but they're still kind of chilling. You know?
Yeah. When you see Karandiru, there's like so many similarities.
Okay, I'll probably like it.
But there's something like that in Karandiru too, and I think that's like that's got to be a big Brazilian thing.
I think so.
Just like, even in City of God, there's a concert scene.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
So it's almost like the music is like so very, very ingrained in the culture type of thing. Like concerts.
I can see that. Yeah.
You'll see what I mean with Karandiru.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
All right.
But. Similar idea.
Well, there's a lot of time.
And then there's actually that scene where he's leaving and
he doesn't leave. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "It's probably better for me in here,"
because his leg is fucked up.
Yeah.
The singer has a fucked up leg.
Because he's not gonna fuck with anyone.
No.
So no one's really gonna mess with him.
Yeah.
So.
I wish the character went with him.
You think he did?
I liked him. I wish
he was interesting.
I liked him, but it's it still worked without him. So the juvie stuff, you get to see how much they're mistreated, right? That's a lot of what that juvie stuff was trying to show you. Like, these adults it's very like, did you see that one Stanford experiment where they locked up the college kids?
I've heard of it.
The college students like abuse their power.
It's like
without training, naturally human beings will abuse their power and mistreat the jailers. Like that happened. Like that would happen to me. That would happen to you if we didn't get any training.
It's like an animal thing.
It's an animal. Like, our base response is to abuse our power.
Did you see the movie
of the Stanford?
Yeah.
No, but I did research on it for my psychology class.
Oh shit.
So
okay.
I know a bit about.
And it's just like they don't tell them anything. It's just like, you're the superior. This is the inferior, basically.
Yeah, they told them. Well, they didn't say it like that. They're like, all right, you guys are the guards. These are the prisoners.
Yeah.
And just do what you can to keep the peace and keep them diligent prisoners.
And then they like get mad at each other.
Yeah, it was like really quick. They just they started abusing their power.
Did anyone die?
That night. No, but people got like PTSD a little bit.
Oh, okay. That's crazy.
Cool experiment though.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Really points out human like not flaws, but like natural human behavior.
Yeah,
right?
Subconscious, like I would say they're flaws.
Yeah.
They're just like wrong thing.
I mean, they're flaws, but it's also like that's basic natural human response with no training. All right, like I'll give you a basic idea. You're the guard, they're the prisoner. Go. Basic without any training, natural human response is to abuse power.
Weird.
Is to abuse power. So that's why training is so important, right?
Yeah.
But that's what this movie reminded me of.
That's like the key of the experiment.
That was like one of the key takeaways. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's what this movie reminded me of. Like, a lot of the adults, they're in Brazil. They don't have training. They're just fucking doing a job, and they abuse the fuck out of these kids.
There's like so much corruption with it.
Yeah, they literally kill a kid. They beat him to death.
Yeah. They're like, and then they find out the media is gonna get on it, and they're like, oh,
they're trying
shit.
to cover it up.
Yeah, they're gonna get like crucified.
Yeah, so they do a lot. They're just really scummy adults, and you can see why this place is such a shithole, and that's just hell.
Yeah, they're in like Sao Paulo or something.
I don't. Yeah, Sao Paulo. Yeah,
something like that.
No, you got it right. I remember that part. But is there any other cool juvie stuff? I can't think of anything.
There is a lot of stuff that goes on in the jail that's pretty interesting. Like, he's talking to the psychiatrist, and they just like take him out of there.
Yeah,
they don't give him enough time.
I like that scene.
There's kind of like this whole thing where like no one rats each other out, even when they know like who did it.
Yeah. I like shit like that.
The only scene I didn't like in the juvie part is where the one guy gets killed, and then like the transgender person goes to him and's like, my love and all that. Then she sees blood on her hands, and this fucking like music comes on. That's so out of place. It might have just been me, but I saw that. I'm like, what the fuck? That like ruined the scene almost.
I don't remember the music, so
the music just
bother me.
Comes on and it's like this like Latin type of thing like that.
I don't
and it's like it's supposed to sound very minor, but it would have been so much better if they just kept it silent. And then this fucking like Brazilian music blares on. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like I was kind of mad at it, but
her performance was great.
Lolita? Oh yeah,
that was such a good reaction. I felt it.
I wonder if they were transgender
for real,
or like cross-dress, whatever.
There's a scene where she's showering. He's like, "Do you want to touch my dick?"
I think that was that the same character.
Same character, yeah, it was.
Okay.
She was showering next to her boyfriend at the.
Was it supposed to look like a cooch?
They didn't show it. I don't think they showed it.
They don't show it, but is that what it's supposed to be? Like that's what I thought it was.
I have no idea.
It's supposed to be like they look like a guy, but they have like a vagina.
A mangina?
Yeah.
Like when they tuck the dick in between their legs?
No, like they were born with a vagina or something.
Oh, I don't know.
But I don't know. They didn't show it. This movie did not hold back in showing like the little boy dicks either.
No,
like,
yeah.
There's like the scene in the shower.
Pedos,
they're all
stay
naked.
away from this movie.
Yeah.
Do something else.
Like, it's just like, that's some of the shit you can't do now. You can't just go in like, what? Remember we were talking about that one story with the little girls and the
Boy Scout, the Girl Scout.
Yeah, like you can't make that now.
No,
but like hard. If you're in Brazil, you could.
Yeah, because it's like, foreign. All the Americans are like, oh,
yeah. You don't have like the child labor laws on your back. You think the child labor laws got broken in this movie?
Not in Brazil. Yeah, you can't do that in America. What else? So yeah, the juvie. There's not much else with the juvie. I think we talked about.
It's very interesting. It like even if we don't remember any of it like right off the top of our heads, it's still all really good. I liked the one character, the character who scored the goal when they're playing soccer or football. The kid with the afro. Oh, he dies later in the movie. Oh, is he the one that Pixote shoots?
Yes. What's his name? I forgot his name. Dito is sick. When you first meet him,
he looks like a guy from City of God.
He does, yeah.
I think that's got to be like a bit of an inspiration.
I think so.
Possibly.
Yeah, that soccer scene because they introduced Dito scoring a goal and it's like that guy's badass.
I didn't remember it was Dito.
I remember cool, the shirt. I remember the shirt. They show him scoring the goal and it's like, man, Dito's cool. He's getting all this applause. People love him.
Dito has a really good character arc too.
He does, yeah. We'll get more into him. He's a cool character.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I liked him a lot as a character. He's very like not macho, but he's definitely like the most macho out of that group. You know, he's like the most capable, the most competent. I mean, not really. At the beginning, you think he's the most competent.
He tries to take the leader role, but he's a little immature for it.
Yeah, he's not quite ready for it. You could tell he would be good for it one day, but he's still too young. You know.
It really shows too like. How like the life in juvie for them is shit, and even if they get out of it, it's shit. Like everyone in a way is better off. Yeah, because like Dito gets fucking like killed by his friend. Pixote, like I mean, he's probably gonna die anyways. Yeah, basically. The fucking the transgender person leaves probably just to be prostituted and shit.
Something like that.
And then there's another one that gets killed, I think. The kid gets knocked out with the stripper or the pole dancer.
All right, so this is a good time. We'll break into like... So the first half is all about the juvie. We pretty much tackled most of that. Oh, we forgot the part where they take all the kids and they go shoot them.
Yeah.
It was a cool scene.
That's fucked up too. Imagine just like being put in a car.
Oh man, I like the scene. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I like the scene where Pixote is in the hospital, like the infirmary, and he looks up and there's this kid just wrapped in bandages. And just like is
that in the hospital scene?
It's in like he's in like the hospital or infirmary or something, and he's just like in the bed and it's nighttime and he looks up and there's just this kid wrapped in so many bandages and he's all like bloodied and shit and the window's like coming down on him and you can see the shadows, It's just almost like a painting. I really like that shot.
Is that in the like juvie half?
It's in the juvie half.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's in the juvie half.
I know when they take the bandages off and he looks like all fucked up and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, they kill that one kid. That kid was cool.
That was the
character.
kid who like smokes weed with Pixote at first.
Yeah.
And
they just kill him. It was such a good character.
I did kind of like when they like smoked the weed together. There's something that the friend said, and when he said it, I just thought like, this guy's gonna die.
What did he say?
Like, I don't remember, but I remember just like hearing the line and then being like, yeah, it's gonna be like his friend that dies later on.
Yeah.
But
he was a cool character. Really. Just fun.
I think
friendly.
his mom is the one that comes and says she's gonna tell the media and all that shit.
Yeah. She is.
Yeah, he meets a tragic.
Yeah,
that'd be so sad. That's almost like a Holocaust type of thing.
Yeah, because he's such a cool. Like everybody liked him.
Yeah.
Everybody liked him, and they kill him, and everybody starts freaking out about it.
You just like you get taken to like a field or something, and then you just watch your friends get shot.
Yeah, crazy.
Like fuck. Why did they do that?
Oh fuck if I
Is
know.
it to like get rid of?
Maybe they were too expensive.
Or did they have like? Did they know something that someone did? I'm not sure.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, they're trying to cover it up, so it wasn't legal.
Yeah,
I'm
it
guessing.
definitely wasn't legal.
I'll have to watch it again. Maybe they do explain it, or they do reveal it somewhere somehow.
It's subtle. It seems.
Yeah,
like.
I feel like I had to pay attention more.
A lot of the stuff in the movie is like that, though.
Yeah.
Like not to like get too far off, but like the Lolita meeting the black dude, Crystal.
Yeah.
She just knows him.
Yeah.
They don't really explain it somewhat. And then they just meet the one prostitute.
Yeah.
So things are really subtle and like there really isn't much exposition.
I kind of like it.
Like at all. Yeah, I like it that way.
Yeah.
So breaking into like the second half.
Yeah, breaking in the second half. They break out of juvie. They go out in the city and they become pickpockets. They start pickpocketing people.
Yeah.
That was a fun scene. I like the bridge. I like the bridge scene. I mean, it's not
Are they
a
like
super visual movie, but I like the visuals there. When they're pickpocketing everybody.
Are they like running down the bridge or
running
something?
down the bridge?
Okay.
Just like they're taking shit out of people's pockets and like grabbing suitcases and running away.
I almost feel like they did it to like normal people.
That'd be so funny if they did it to like strangers.
Because like they definitely know like how to do that. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like living in that area and shit.
Yeah.
So.
It's good scene when we realize they pickpocket. Then they meet the black guy. I wasn't too interested. That whole sequence, I wasn't that interested.
He had a really good performance. I thought
he did a good job. No,
I was like, holy shit, because I think the last scene he's in, he's telling them to go to the lady and give him the cocaine.
Yes, correct.
And he says something just really weird. His eyes are almost like he's almost like coked out when he's saying it, and he's like really crazy. And I was like, oh shit, this is I'd have to show it to you.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But that was a really good scene. What were you gonna say about him?
I was gonna say like I didn't feel too much with his character. Like I was just like, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's a few scenes I liked with him. I like the part where they're in the car. That part was cool. Oh man, just before that part, you see Lolita and Dito kind of like dry humping or like having sex.
Oh yeah.
That's when you realize like so her boyfriend died and like Dito and them kind of get together.
Yeah.
And it's like okay, Dito's a little bit gay, but whatever.
Everyone's a little bit gay.
You kind of just accept it. You're just kind of like, oh, all right, cool.
Like once the rape scene happened, I'm like, okay, it's this type of movie.
Yeah, it's like it's very like homo or like
yeah.
But it's like I like the way it's done here because it's so like
it's very sensual. It's
sensual. It's like there's scenes like the Dita like there's scenes where it's like wow, this is like really like sensual, and then the scenes where it's like this is really ugly and vulgar.
Yes,
I really like how they
the
give
sex
you the
is very. There's two perspectives on it. You know?
I really like how they give you both.
That scene's filmed pretty interesting. And
there's some shadows
because it's like blue shadows and stuff, but it's not just like a cut to them like humping.
It's a cold camera.
Yeah. And then like I think there's a little bit of audio, and you hear like thrusting and shit, and then you realize like, oh, okay, this is like.
They're fucking.
Yeah. No, that part's really good.
I like that part.
That's almost like their high point.
Yeah.
Because once they have sex, like, it all goes down.
Pretty much. There's not a single high point after that.
No, they like get further away.
Was the one scene where they're having the conversation on the rock in the beach? That was probably. Was that after or before this scene? You know what I'm talking about?
Fuck.
They're like looking off to the sunset. It's like really wholesome.
Yeah.
I forget if that was before or after, but that was another high point because it was just such a wholesome conversation. I forget what they said, but
pull it up if you want to. I don't know if you can put it on Twitch or not. I want to see the scene. Or will Twitch ban you? You know what? We're talking about it in like a transformative way.
What do you mean?
Like with the fair use shit, or do they just ban people regardless?
I think we can get away with it.
I want to see that scene. That's like a very City of God type of sounding
I really
scene.
liked it.
Yep, that's the second half. We should do a commentary track at some point. Oh yeah. Yeah. That scene's fucking great. Where there's like the orange sunset in the background.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, dude. That's such like a City of that looks so much like that scene from City of God.
It's got like the same colors. It's got like the wet bodies, right? You can kind of tell like City of God. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of influence from this movie.
Oh yeah.
This is a good scene. I really like this scene.
Yeah, it is really.
This is like, I don't know if they have sex before or after this, but if the sex scene was before this, this is the last high point for sure.
I think the sex scene is before this.
I thought so too.
Yeah, I love how you see too, like how much of like a resort it kind of is.
Yeah.
You know, like this is like the nice part of Brazil, and like Brazil's beautiful, yet everything about it's kind of fucked.
Oh yeah, here's the other high point we were talking about.
This is the sex scene.
Should I get rid of it? Should I take it off?
You don't see anything.
Oh, not yet.
You don't see. Well, for all the shit they do show in this movie.
Man, the cinematography must have been good. Like, look at this. Let's see how.
Because it's like goes from like orange to dark, or it goes from like.
Yeah, we need the audio here to really get it.
There you go.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, there you go. See, like, look at the cinematography there. Like, you really get you
the
get
shadows.
You get what's going on.
Yeah.
You know? It's great. Like, it's great contrast.
Their eyes are closed.
And you even get the background, like his hair. There's some contrast with his hair back there.
Yeah.
Really
That's
good.
a good scene.
Really good.
This movie had like some great had to have like some great like communication direction.
Oh yeah, easily. Yeah.
Like he knew how to talk to these people. You have to be like from Brazil to like make this movie.
You need to know Portuguese. Let me think. So that scene where they're on the rock is good. I like that conversation.
Yeah,
I like the way it was shot. Really
I
good.
really like that scene too.
After that, so they give the woman the coke, and she's like, "We need the money." They go into the nightclub. I love the nightclub scene. Oh man,
with the the pole dancers and stuff.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I looked up that song. Oh fuck, dude. I love that song.
Because like the music in here is like all like the licensed songs are like American, like disco type of stuff.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think that song was. I don't know. It's foreign. It's definitely foreign.
Oh,
the song
in English?
Is. I don't think it was. They said 1, 2, but anyways, I mean, I like that song so much. Like they went in and Pixote was just like dancing and.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, man. And the song hit me, man. I listen to that song on my playlist.
You're like, oh,
I really like that song.
Okay.
And there's one part of that song where they're like when they give him like the coke and shit. And the song's still playing in the background, but the song has a different chorus now, and it's such a like, God, and with the lighting, it turned it to like this almost like this sci-fi feeling.
Okay.
It's so and that's mostly just like a me thing. Whenever I get like this certain vibe, it's like, oh, this is like science fiction now.
Okay.
Even though it's not like at all.
That's cool.
It's not like Good Time was like that for me.
Oh, okay. It's like okay.
Yeah.
It's like dystopian type of feeling.
No,
science
it's
fiction,
it's almost like not space opera, but like, oh fuck, I'll just show you the moment.
Like,
since we already got it up.
What would it be? Like
a little bit before this. This part right here.
I like how like they just let the kids walk in too.
Yeah,
like,
the
they
kids
could
are
just get into the fucking strip club. Oh, this part's funny with the girl. She like dances with them a little bit. I guess not.
And the chorus, the melody changes here. Not yet.
Quem são vocês? O que é que vocês querem aqui? A gente quer falar hoje cedo. Porque você tá mandando a gente vir aqui. Eu tô sabendo. Não, é aqui. Entra.
Right here is where it changes.
Não, eu volto logo, sim, claro. Deixa eu ver o negócio aqui, vai.
It almost sounds like an anime song.
It does. It does.
Põe essa porcaria.
And the lights, it's like, oh my god.
That looks really good.
Isso. Não, é um assunto mesmo. Atrás da parte. Depois você fica sabendo, tá? Vai dar um tempinho aí. Quanto é que é isso aqui? 8.000 na ficha. Porra!
But yeah, I like that. I like that part a lot. Okay, cut. Yeah, that part was awesome.
That whole nightclub sequence.
It really stood out. That was a big breath of fresh air. Cause it's so different from the rest of the movie.
I like how it results with the showgirl.
Oh yeah,
I like
how it.
Yeah. I like how they stab her. The stab kind of looks like shit, but
it was alright. It got the point.
I like how they didn't just like take shit from her.
Yeah.
You know, because she was gonna rip them off. She's not gonna make a fucking coke deal with like this 11-year-old. You know.
But yeah, I thought that scene was pretty good. I like how this scene really introduces that Pixote is really like a capable person. Even though he's a little kid, he's very capable, but he's very dangerous. You know, like he kills this woman on accident. I mean, it wasn't on accident. It was like a choice, but it's portrayed almost like he didn't mean to kill her. It was like he was just trying to stop her, you know. He was just trying to stop her, and he's like, he goes too far. And they introduced that seed where it's like, okay, Pixote is a little bit dangerous.
Yeah, he is.
And you wouldn't think he is.
Yeah.
Like
he's very
ironic.
harmless looking.
Yeah, it's ironic because he's so small and he's so young. But it's like, yeah, this is a kid who's seen some shit and he's very capable of doing something.
No, that's true. That's
and he always reacts in a way that's like not a big deal. He's like, okay, come on, let's go. You know, it's like he doesn't care. He's not crying that he just hurt somebody.
It's like the whole "my dad is dead" thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like it's just like this is part of life, kind of.
Yeah. And then that kid gets knocked out. I was surprised that he died from that.
Did he die or did he just leave him there?
I think he just left him.
Yeah.
He tried to wake him up. Maybe he was just really unconscious. Maybe he got a concussion.
Because it's not like she fucking.
She didn't hit
really
him
hit.
Hard.
Yeah.
I was surprised. Maybe he hit his head on the back of the wall. Who knows?
He wasn't gonna wait to find out though. You know.
Yeah. Let me see how the audio sounds real quick.
Really hit.
I was surprised. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I was a little surprised by that. I feel like they could have done that a little bit better.
They probably could have, like, it's more the way it was filmed and directed. They probably couldn't do too much with it, I'm assuming. Yeah. Because, like, if they could have, I think he would have made it better.
Right, yeah.
Because when he stabs her, it doesn't look good. But that's just like an 80s type of... That feels very, like, 80s cheesy effect type of thing.
I feel you. But, yeah, the nightclub scene, I really liked it.
That
really stood out to me. I really liked it. It gave us a little bit of Boogie Nights before.
Yeah.
Just for like a brief moment.
This movie reminded me so much of City of God, dude.
Yeah, I can see it.
City of God has that concert scene with the strobe lights, and like just the club scene reminds me of that. Just all the shit with the little kids in City of God reminds me of like how the little kids act in here.
City of God feels like feels like this, but like times like 5. You know, like City of God is like it's like they went for this, but like really expanded on it. This feels more raw than City of God, though.
That is one thing though, that like City of God is longer and it tells like a much broader story. But like this Pixote and Karandiru all have this thing where they have like multiple characters they follow that each have like a kind of like a fulfilled arc. And that's just like really weird. Like Pixote is the main character, but it's almost like he's like the medium which we see the story through.
Yeah.
Like like you said, you can't tell he's dangerous and like his life's fucked up. So he's almost like the seed from which you're gonna like follow it from to view these other characters.
Yeah.
And Karandiru's like that. And City of God's like that.
Yes.
City of God's really like that because there's the photographer.
Yeah, the main character's like such a minor thing in City of God. He's really minor.
Dude, that's like such a Brazilian fucking thing, dude.
Yeah, I never really thought about
When you see Karandiru too, you'll know what I mean.
Okay.
There's like one character who like holds it, and then you just see these stories of like other people, and like
we'll have to watch more Brazilian movies to see if that
that
theory holds up.
Because Karandiru was Hector Babenco, that might just be his thing. But City of God though, it has that same idea. There's like fucking like 10 characters in City of God.
Oh, there's more than that. There's so many. It's so expansive.
So that's really weird to think about. And that's not just like a foreign movie. That's like specifically like
Brazilian.
more of like a Brazilian thing.
Yeah. Not many movies do that.
You feel like very into the culture.
Yeah. Akira can kind of be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
You know,
In a way, any movie where it's like the main character's like it's a surrogate.
Yeah.
Isn't that one of the Snyder Beats? One of them's like a surrogate.
No, Snyder Beats are pretty like main character heavy.
There's one though. There's a Snyder genre. One of the Snyder genres is like if you read the description, it says they're like the surrogate.
There's like Monster in the House, Buddy
Not that
Love.
one. Not that one.
There's Buddy Love. Fucking Golden Fleece. It's like Lord of the Rings.
Like epic.
It's like
Is
an
that
epic. It's like
okay.
they're trying to go achieve something. You know, so in Lord of the Rings, they're trying to
it's
throw
like a
the
big
ring away.
adventure.
Yeah. Fuck. I already forgot. There's like a bunch of them.
Why done it? It's not.
Why
a
done it? Yeah.
though.
Why done it?
That's like a who done it, right?
Who done it? Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever. Why done it? Who done it? It's who done it.
Okay.
Fuck. There's more.
It is one of them. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But that's like an interesting thing about Brazil. At least the 3 Brazilian movies I've seen. But
what else? And then they meet the prostitute lady.
yeah,
She
I
was
thought she
interesting.
was really interesting.
I thought that whole scene where Dito and the prostitute are fucking right in front of Pixote and the
dude, that was so
and
good.
Lolita. I was like, man,
That was so gnarly.
crazy.
It's like people like view it so much differently too.
That's such a foreign thing.
Like
dude.
even if you're like really like down and out in America, like you don't do that, you know?
Bro, that's such like a seeing other people fuck in front of you.
That's
Because like
so,
just in, like you're like because you're in the same room and you're just trying to chill. That's such a like a poor thing, dude.
it's
That's
so like degrading.
yeah, it's very
you know?
like that's something like poor people go through, like really poor people. Like that's like some really poor shit.
But it's like a Brazil thing.
Brazil. I mean, I could see it happening in like here in America.
No,
like,
well-
really poor areas. Like fucking like Good Time. There's a
I
scene
don't
where
know.
like multiple characters are fucking in the same room, and the whole acid part.
Yeah. Well, the thing I think it's more of like the reason I think it's more of like a Brazil thing is because, like the way they like view sexuality is obviously different. Kind
Yeah.
of.
Oh, yeah.
They're definitely more
100%.
freer with like their bodies, kind of
Yeah.
more so than like in America. Like even like, I would feel that's like a stretch for like a thing in kids. Or no.
I'm not gonna
Is it-
say anything.
Okay. Well,
I know you haven't seen it. I'm not gonna say anything.
okay, but like, I don't know. It's just like
Oh,
they're
man.
definitely cool with it. They're definitely like, okay. It's like
I'm
That's
excited
part
to
of
see
my
what you're
life.
gonna say about like.
I probably
fucking, like,
answered my own
I'm
question.
excited to
but
see what you're gonna say about like Ken Park and shit.
Ken Park, yeah, that looks fucking gnarly.
But yeah, that scene was interesting.
It was
the
very
fucking scene.
degrading, but
Yeah.
it's also like, yeah, this is the way it is.
Uh-huh.
This is just, if we want to do it right here, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, so they team up with the prostitute to like rob people.
I like that part.
Yeah,
I like
that
that
was good.
aspect.
You know. that's
Oh,
like-
that scene where she has the abortion, kind of.
Oh yeah, she has an
That was
abortion.
fucking
Yeah.
gross.
Good acting. in
That's
that
one of the
part,
best
too.
abortion scenes I've seen.
I
where-
thought it was funny how she just like sits down in front of Pixote and starts pissing in the toilet. With, like, a
Yeah.
dead baby right next to her.
she says something like, "He looks like you."
Yeah.
That's like, oh, shit.
That was funny.
Like that's basically what people tell him his whole life. Like you should have been an abortion.
Yeah.
Like that's what his life
Fuck,
is, dude.
man.
Like,
I like that. I like characters like that where it's like you shouldn't have been born.
yeah,
I like
dude.
characters like that.
He fucking like, for like all the stuff you hear about like having a bad life, or like abortion and like having a bad life, like
You look like an abortion.
yeah,
You.
he fucking lived
Funny.
the abortion, you know.
Oh, I like the scene where they're in the car and they're like chilling, listening to the radio. It's
Yeah,
just really,
that's
really
cool.
fun. I like the vibe. I like how it
Lolita's
felt.
like outside and they're on the they're
No,
Lolita's
Lolita and
inside
Pixote are in the car.
and then
Yeah.
they're
They're, like,
Dito
dancing.
and I forget her
Yeah.
name, Lolita or something.
No, I forgot her name. too.
Lilac.
She was such a small character.
She was good though. Like
She did a good
her
job.
whole
yeah.
arc with like kind of becoming their mother, kind of
Towards
like
the end,
surrogate
yeah, towards
mother.
the end, they really get there. Yeah.
And then when Dito's accidentally killed, like that's her like dark night of the soul.
Mhm.
And then all she has is like Pixote. And it's just so cool how like she has the abortion at the beginning and at the end like Pixote becomes like the surrogate baby.
Yeah.
He's like the surrogate abortion to like basically because he like sucks on her tit right there. And that's almost like getting pregnant. and then like he starts to like suck too hard, and that's like the abortion right there where she rips him away.
Yeah, I really like how they set that scene up.
That's definitely like some symbolism.
It's such
right
a
there.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh God, dude.
That's why it's so great.
That's why when you start bringing it up, it's like, don't get me started. Like, I have so much. All right.
Yeah, go for it. Sorry.
So they set it up. You know, he kills Dito on accident.
Yeah.
Like the second that scene happens, it's like obviously an accident. He didn't want to kill Dito, but he kills him. I was immediately brought back to the scene in the nightclub where he kills the lady.
Yeah.
It's like kind of an accident, but he was still making the choice to.
I
pull
see
the
what
trigger.
you mean.
Very very similar scenes, and you know it kind of brings it back where it's like, okay, now Pixote has become so dangerous that he's killed somebody he cares about. You know,
Yeah.
somebody who he would consider family, right? Like before he did it to somebody who he didn't really care about.
No, it makes sense.
But now it's like the climax is like he did it to somebody he cared about.
It's like he's progressing now. Like
Yeah.
It's he doesn't try to, but he's just like you said, he's like inherently going to be dangerous in the world.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Even if he doesn't mean it, it's just his life. And then you know they kill the guy who he was trying to shoot. And then it's just him and the prostitute. It's just two people. Like they start out with 4.
They started out with like 5, right?
5.
Or
no,
well,
just 4.
Just 4. Yeah, you're right.
Start out with 4, and now they're just down to basically just Pixote. Like of the original, it's Pixote.
Yeah.
And now this prostitute who kind of like knows him now. He's like really familiar with him.
Yeah, they've been around each other.
And Pixote's just kind of like you could tell he's down, but it's like he's not a baby. You know, he's like, yeah, he killed his friend, but it's like I still gotta, you know, whatever. That's life.
Yeah.
I killed my friend on accident. Whatever. I'm just gonna watch some TV right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then and then they're on the bed like they were before. Except before there's 4 of them, now there's just 2, and just this 11-year-old kid and the fucking
So
like I don't know 40-year-old,
something like that. Yeah.
And he's watching TV. I forget. Did she call him over? How does that scene play out? I forget if it was because like Pixote was sad or
They might have been sitting next to each other.
it was like she called him back, and he kind of crawls back.
He
to
kind
her.
of like goes in like a fetal position.
Yeah,
I think he even like pulls down her shirt.
he does. Yeah, he pulls down
And
her
then
shirt.
he starts sucking on her tit.
She kind of is just like okay with it at first. Like
No, yeah, that's like the whole mother thing.
yeah,
like,
he crawls up to her. He's in the fetal position.
Yeah.
Which is great. That's great imagery because it's
Oh,
showing that he's
God.
like he's a kid who's dangerous, but he's still like he's deprived of this motherly love, you know. And he's like he's taking the chance to get that. He doesn't care. Like he doesn't really care about fucking her. He's just like I just want some like affection.
why do you think he starts sucking harder?
I think because he is older, right? He's kind of getting aroused by it, probably.
I think it was that. Yeah.
It's kind of like very like Oedipus complex.
At first, he's kind of like, okay, like this is my mom. I want like a mother figure.
Yeah.
And then he's like, he gets horny, kind of.
Yeah.
It like he stays there too long.
Right.
And then
she's even like at first she like buys into it. It's like yeah, like mommy's here for you.
yeah, dude. Oh
And
my god.
God, that scene was so good.
Dude, that's so fucking like that's like the perfect final image. Like
And-
do all that shit and then to just like meet this prostitute and she becomes your fucking mother. Like, oh god, dude.
And I really like that scene.
Oh,
And
it's great.
Like he starts sucking on her nipple harder, and that implies that it's gonna go further than that, you know.
She's like, no.
But it's like, you know, she just went through an abortion, so she's obviously has some trauma from that experience, and she's viewing like this random like scummy kid and this fucking this delinquent as like you know she's replacing him almost, and she's like I didn't want this. You know?
yeah.
And she realizes it, and she finally like kicks him out, and Pixote just like so fun. I mean, it's not funny. But it's like when I think back on it, it kind of is like she just like shoves him off her titties. He just kind of like gets up, gives her that like dead look, you know, like those dead eyes,
Yeah.
right? Puts on his shoes and just fucking leaves. He's just no words, right? It's like he just gets up and just like fucking.
The kid's
walks
like
off.
such a character. Like nothing like phases him, kind of.
Yeah, I love that so much.
Yeah.
And then the next shot is him walking on the train tracks, and it ends.
It's fucking crazy. Man.
Great. I could see why people really like this movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah,
I'd give it
awesome.
like an A-.
Yeah, A- is
8 out of 10,
appropriate,
9 out of 10.
yeah.
Maybe 4 out of 4.
Some good music. Oh, I'll tell you another scene I really liked that I didn't bring up. In the juvie scene when when they're in the classroom and they're like teaching them how to like spell and stuff. Pixote's like not paying attention at all. And the teacher comes up to him, and she
Yeah.
kneels down beside him, and is like, Pixote, like, read this. And he's like still kind of not paying attention. And then eventually starts reading the words or like the alphabet, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And they do this slow zoom into him. That scene really gave me goosebumps. I really liked that part.
It's like,
it was great.
yeah.
I love that part so much because it's also on his face, and his face is so weird. It's such a movie face.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
It looks so good for like a movie, you know?
God, that slow
So
zoom
real.
and then, him saying the words. It's so simple, but it's just so good.
Is it because it's like, do you think of it kind of like if this kid got like proper like attention, he might actually like have a chance, or do you see it more like it's just like he already doesn't?
It's a sad scene, but it's like bittersweet.
Yeah.
It's like it's bittersweet because it's like you can tell this kid's fucked up. You can tell like some fucked up shit has happened in this kid's life. Like he's not a kid. Like he's a kid, but he's not a kid. And you see him just sitting here, like in a little, like as a little boy, and he's just trying to say the alphabet like everybody else has done. Like we also have to learn the alphabet. It's just a moment. It's such a unique. It's just a pure moment.
It's
That's
so
the only way I can
hard to
it.
describe that with words.
Yeah, it's just
like,
I can only describe it as like a really pure moment.
It's like
that's it.
Something like if you really had to break it down, it's like something very basic that everyone knows how to do, that this kid whose life's been like eternally fucked can't do, and it's just like him like learning how to do the most basic thing. It's almost like when you're a little kid, you learn like the alphabet, and you haven't like lived at all. You haven't experienced anything, and this kid's experienced like life for like several hundred people probably. Yeah, like yet he doesn't know how to do the most simple things.
Like that's one of those, like if I could see myself learning the alphabet as a little kid, like I feel like I'd cry watching that.
Yeah,
it's just one of those moments, like you don't think about it, like, but it's just like it's such a pure moment, is learning something as basic as the alphabet, like language. I like that
you've
scene
gone
so
through
much.
so much, so many bad things.
Yeah, I just really like that. That scene was awesome. I almost want to draw that scene.
It makes me like think back to like kindergarten kind of.
Yeah,
like inherently.
Yeah.
Every scene in this movie I think gets better too the more you like dig into it.
Yeah,
because I didn't really think about that too much until you brought it up, and then like the more I think about it, like I kind of I like the idea of it.
Yeah. I think that we
a lot of like metaphor and symbolism in this movie too.
I like how they split it up. I like how they split up between first half is juvie, second half is them in the city.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's not a happy ending, but it's not a bad ending either.
Well, it's like the ending the movie needs to have.
Yeah,
it didn't surprise me. Like that's like the path that makes sense.
It's almost like Hamlet. It's like he's not in a better or worse position than he was before. It's like everything's still kind of shitty.
Nah, I think it's because isn't Hamlet like just static?
That's what they said in the fucking
Kurt Vonnegut
video. Yeah,
I think his is just always down. His is always down.
Like, I mean, yeah, but it starts off with a rape scene, bro.
But still, like he's always just getting like. He's always like one step away from his death.
Yeah,
it's just like it's literally like he's doing his life's literally Russian roulette until he fucking dies.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I mean,
he doesn't care. He doesn't care that
he accepts. It's like that's what my life is. That's like fucking. It's death all around me and fucking like rape and shit. And it's so pessimistic, but like a lot of I would imagine there were a lot of people who went through that in Brazil, and that's just like. A lot of people.
Yeah.
It's like I've heard like with Menace to Society, like people from that area, like Compton, came to see it and they were like crying after that.
Yeah.
I feel that's like what people who lived in Brazil during that time might feel the same way.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's like they see this and they're like, oh shit, this was my life.
Yeah. So grading.
A minus.
A minus. So what is that?
4 out of 4.
4 out of 4.
On the Roger Ebert scale, 4 out of 4.
4.
On the Chris Stuckman scale, A minus. On the YMS scale, like 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
I'll definitely watch again. I wish there was a fucking DVD that didn't take like 12 weeks to ship to America.
Yeah.
Like on Amazon, that's like the only DVD available.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll say it.
Yeah, what about you?
If a student brought this to me, I'm gonna eventually stop saying that.
Nah, it's a joke now.
Yeah, it's a running gag. So if I was a teacher and a student brought this to me and I was to grade this work, I'd be very impressed. Obviously,
oh yeah,
you know how to make a movie. You you obviously had great casting taste. Some of the deliveries were good. I feel like they could have done a little bit more with some of the editing stuff, but whatever. It was like the 80s, you know.
Yeah.
It was still good for the time.
That's not like the meat and
Yeah, it's not. There's not.
potatoes
Yeah,
of
the
this
editing
movie.
is pretty. There's some cool editing stuff in here and some cool camera movement stuff once in a while, but nothing like
It's-
extravagant.
Yeah.
Some cool visuals for sure. I like how shitty everything looked.
Yeah.
Characters were believable.
If it got restored, it'd look good.
Oh yeah,
It
for
would
sure.
look a lot better.
For sure. Characters were all great. I like all the characters.
Every character is like a character.
Yeah, every character's a
They're
character.
they're their own thing.
Every character is a character. What else? Music. I like the nightclub scene. It's just so small, but it's
Yeah.
I really like that. Pixote.
Really good script.
Yeah, great, really good. Yeah, I would give it like an A-, so like a 9
Yeah.
out of 10.
Yeah,
9 out of
I'll
10.
revisit it again.
Oh yeah, easily.
Probably like. I don't. Do you like it better than City of God? No. City of God's like on another level, kinda. City of
Oh
God's
yeah,
like
City of God is a little bit better.
City of God. They're different movies.
Yeah, they're
Th-
different.
They like. It's funny we compare them, but like
Yeah, this is so like Pixote is definitely more raw. You know, it feels very just like
City of God's like a filmmaker's
yeah,
film.
yeah. City
Yeah.
of God is very like
Yeah.
filmy. This is more like
Real
like
world.
like angsty, really animal.
This is like the best like social issue
yeah.
movie I've like.
I like
seen.
I like how they. I already said this and I'll repeat myself because I want to really emphasize this. I like how this dealt with like homoerotic shit. Like I really like the
Yes.
gay stuff in this. Like this
Yeah.
is a movie where I was like, yeah, I like how gay this is.
No, yeah,
This
that's
is
like
awesome. I like how gay this is.
that's like a good part of it.
Yeah,
You
like,
know,
I would be like, oh, LGBTQ movie, fucking
yeah,
shout,
this
dude.
could be like a good
easy.
Like, imagine making this for like the LGBT category at like a
Oh
fucking.
man, I would put it on there in a heartbeat. This is my favorite LGBTQ
Oh no, yeah,
movie.
yeah. It's like cool thing too is like you don't think of it like that.
No, but it
you know?
totally
But
is,
it
yeah.
is. Oh, it definitely is.
I really
Like,
like that. And
they-
if yeah, I'd be angry if any like SJWs at film or big film got mad at me for this. Like, this is a cool movie.
Oh
What are you
no,
talking
dude!
about?
Like there is definitely gay and transgender.
yeah, I
like,
liked it.
all
I
over
really
the
like that
movie.
here.
Yeah.
I just
Great sexuality movie. Every fucking like again, only 3 Brazilian movies, but everyone like deals with sexuality in such like a raw manner.
yeah.
Like
I really like
fuck,
that.
man.
It's very honest. You know, I like
It's very
I like how in your face
the
it
body
is.
is just like the body, you know. It's
Yeah.
not like some sacred fucking like you don't have like some sacred nipple or something, you know. Like it's they definitely look at like sex, so like not
Just raw,
animalistically. That's not the right. That's not the right way to
Yeah,
say
it's
it.
like
but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's very just yeah, I don't know how to describe it. I don't.
It's-
it takes some brain power for me to find the word.
It's just like America's very like Christianized kind of.
Yeah, they're
where
ve-
it's like that part in moral
Yeah.
oral where it's like the 11th
Yeah,
commandment,
yeah.
don't be shameful of your body,
Yeah.
basically. Like it's completely the other way for them, you know.
It's very like free
Yeah.
experimenting type
Yeah,
stuff.
it's just like your body's your body, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I really like that aspect.
Like on Wikipedia, the fucking poster they have is him running from the car and like he's completely naked.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that poster now.
So-
That's when you were talking about. Okay, I think we should wrap up.
Okay.
The show.
Show's really good.
Show's really good. Watch it.
All right, so now it was
Borders. You
Yeah.
recommended it. You start us off.
I recommended Border. I've seen the trailer for it like several times. I think I saw it when I saw Good Time because the
You saw
trailer.
it? Oh, the trailer.
The trailer, yeah. No, this is my first view,
Okay.
and I saw the trailer and I'm like, what the fuck is? How'd they find people that are this ugly? And then like. At some point, I was kind of like afraid to check it out because it's like this just looks like really weird. And then we were
was.
talking about it, and I'm like, okay, well, yeah. So that's a good idea. We should kind of talk through it like from the beginning.
Yeah, I like.
We need to structure
tackling
it just
like
a little
that,
bit
yeah.
more. Yeah, this movie, like overall, it's weird. It's like a weird fairy tale kind of. It's like a weird. That's the best way to describe it. I feel like it's not great. I definitely don't like think it's great.
No,
some
no.
of it disappointed me a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, me too.
I felt like it was very underwhelming sometimes. The pace is kind of brutal. Sometimes the pace is really like there's not much going on.
That.
I haven't seen it like I saw about a week and a half ago.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it's some of that, but
Yeah. Might be.
sometimes there could be more going on with it, I think.
Let me check how the audio is again.
The director did get like what he was going for though.
I think if I came up with this idea, I think that's a pretty good final. I think it's pretty close.
It's out there. I always wondered why it was tagged as fantasy. Cuz
that makes sense.
I'm like they're just like
Ugly.
weird look. Yeah. They're just like they're ugly as fuck like that. But then when you think about it in hindsight, and I think I'll appreciate it the second time I watch it, is like they're trolls.
Yeah.
And that's like what
reveal.
very like hyper realistic trolls would be.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I like that.
You know, I just figured this out too.
What's that?
I know why it's called Border. Because
Why?
it's like the troll under the bridge. And then she's like the one who works at the airport.
Yeah. Oh, that's smart. Yeah. Very good.
That's so fucking stupid, dude.
Good job. No, good job. You did a good job.
No,
No, that's clever. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah, 'cause she, like the troll kind of like comes up and like lets you pass the bridge. You
She's
do
like the
this or
nice
that.
troll.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But I don't think it really goes with Vor. He's fucking God. He's
oh man.
ugly, dude. Or well,
All right, we'll start from the
Okay.
beginning a little bit.
Okay.
So they show us what's the name?
a
Tina.
bug.
Tina.
Tina, yeah, Tina. and
Tina
Vor.
works at an airport or like a
a ship or
port?
something.
Yeah, so like people come off a boat.
Basically, she's like a TSA agent.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
And they have her hired there, and it's like, all right, whatever. She's ugly. She works at this place, and she pulls people aside. I was wondering about that at the beginning. It's like, how does she know who to pull aside?
Yeah.
And then they cut, and then like 10 minutes in the movie, it's like she starts sniffing. It's like, and she starts pulling people aside, and all of a sudden it's like, there's that one part where it's like, take your phone out, and he's like, no, pull it out. And they fucking find the child porn chip, right? And it's like, how the fuck she know that? And then they show you cut, and she's like sniffing. It's
She
like,
can like sniff.
wow, it's like she is like insane smell. So she's not useless. She has like a superpower.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, she's like the troll she's like the good troll that like can figure out when the bad people are trying to get through into like
she's
her
raised
land
like
or
a
something.
human being,
Yeah. That's like the big thing in it too.
Yeah, and it's also because like she's so ugly at the beginning. She's gone through a lot of bullying.
Oh yeah, like that one.
That doesn't need to be explained at all. You just know she got bullied.
Oh yeah, it's just like inherent to like okay, you already bullied her. We already bullied her. Like
I bullied her in my mind.
yeah,
You know
you're
what
like
I mean?
oh fuck. This is like even the one guy comes through and he's like I hate ugly people.
Yeah,
he says
shit
something
like
to that effect like yeah, ugly something.
Yeah.
And that just like reaffirms it. And just like her face, her reaction to that, like her teeth kind of hang out almost like a dog whose teeth like hang out.
Yeah.
And she's just like, you can see like the pain in her face, even though she's probably gone through it her whole life. It never gets
still gets
old.
to her, yeah.
Like she's
never
always
gets old.
reminded every day how fucking like she looks like a fucking troll or something.
Yeah.
You know?
And then there's a scene later, you see where she lives and all the dogs and like
Yeah,
her roommate
yeah.
/ boyfriend. And then you see her go in the lake. That's when I first realized something was up with her because she had that big scar on her back.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I had no idea they're going to make her a troll. I
no.
thought it was like, or maybe she was like this weird experiment, like a dog hybrid or some shit. I immediately went to dogs.
Okay.
Because the
There's all the
sniffing.
dogs in the house.
There's all the dogs in the
Yeah.
house. Then there's like the sniffing. I was like, okay, they're probably like part dog or something.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
No, I agree.
thought very dog heavy. That's where it was leading me.
That's
okay, she's
I didn't pick up on that because I wasn't thinking about
Yeah.
it that deeply, really. But that is a good observation about it.
And then you meet Vor, and Vor's like, oh, he's ugly as fuck too.
He's uglier, dude.
Yeah, he's uglier. Right?
He's fucking like he has that beer belly, and
Yeah.
just his fucking hair and his like nose. He's like got a beak for a nose, kind of. Oh shit, dude.
Really ugly guy. And even
He
his
acts
voice, his
ugly,
teeth,
though.
Everything about him is ugly.
Yeah,
He
dude.
just accepts it.
Even the way he talks.
Like remember he's on the boat and he just gets like a full plate of like raw fish, or whatever the fuck it was. It was like he just
the
starts eating-
caterpillars are the maggots.
No. He has.
Oh,
He's
no.
on the. He goes to the buffet, and everybody.
Oh,
he's like
okay.
eating like a bunch of
Yeah.
raw fish or some
Yeah.
shit like that. It's like that's for everybody, And he's just kind of like
He sneers
he
at
kind
him.
of sneers like ah.
Yeah.
He's like oh. I guess
He
I'll fuck
always
off.
smiles too.
Yeah, he's always smiling.
Yeah, it's such a creepy, pervy smile.
Yeah.
So okay, so she goes home. She has all the dogs and stuff. It's like her boyfriend there, but they're not really like. I guess
the honeymoon phase is over.
he like uses her.
Yes,
It's
they
definitely
they
like a
kinda
parent
imply
that like
yeah.
he uses her.
Yeah.
And like there's no, I don't think they're having sex or anything.
No.
They're just kind of like, she wants to have someone around.
Yeah.
She has her father who's dying. And then
And Alzheimer's and stuff.
yeah, he's like forgetting shit. And then we break into like, she sees Vor go through one time, and then there's the child porn person, and then Vor comes through again, right? Or at some point he comes through again.
He comes again, yeah.
So that scene when he comes through and like she sniffs something on him, I'm like, okay. And the fucking scene, like this is the most disturbing scene to me. Like when the other TSA agent comes in, he's like,
you should have checked her out. You should have checked him out.
they have a vagina. I was like, what the fuck? That fucking
caught me off guard.
shock. I was like, what
Yeah.
the hell? I was not expecting that. Like now I understand why people think this movie's so weird.
Yeah.
Like that was so.
That's not even the half of it. We'll get into that later.
For me, it was.
Oh really?
That's the most like.
that was the most fucked up part.
Yeah, I'm like, cause like, they look so much like a dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it didn't even cross my mind.
It didn't cross my mind at all.
No,
either.
like-
Yeah, that part shocked me too.
And then it's just so like, oh my. And then you start thinking about what it would look like,
Yeah.
and it's just like, I guess the mental image is worse than what they can actually show
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
But
I really like just before that part when Vor comes a second, like the first time and the second time, you can, I don't know if you could feel it, but I definitely felt like there's some sexual tension between them.
oh yeah,
It's like
there's-
very heavy. It's like
well,
very,
he's just like, he almost looks at her like he wants to like drool on her.
yeah. It's like it's very sexual the way they
Yeah.
well, at least the way Vor interacts with her.
It's almost like how dogs like sniff each other's asses.
Yeah, and then she's also like, you can tell she's very interested in this person. You know, like she's very like she's acting very reserved. And
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
But you could tell, like, I mean, at least I thought she was thinking, like, I really want to learn more about this person. But you know,
I read
it's
in the
not appropriate.
tagline, and I don't even know if this is like mentioned in the movie, but it's like she can't sniff him. She can't like smell his like emotion.
Oh yeah, they said that in the movie.
Do they?
as
Okay,
well,
okay.
I think. But yeah, that scene was good. The vagina scene.
No, yeah, that was.
Then I was like,
that was
okay,
really
well then
weird.
they can't. I thought Vor was gonna be like fucking the shit out of her. I was like, okay, that's
Yeah.
that's not gonna happen. That's gonna be,
Yeah,
it's gonna be different.
the other way around.
Maybe it'll be like lesbian. That's what I thought after I saw that scene. That's what
Oh
I
my
thought.
God.
So then later, Vor just kind of like moves in with her,
Yeah.
right? Moves in.
Guest type of.
Guest, like, yeah, she's all like, yeah, I have a guest house. You can live in the guest house while you're here.
Don't they eat maggots together first? They go to
Not-
like the
not yet,
hotel.
not yet.
Okay.
Or yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, Vor goes to the hotel first, and then he's eating maggots off the fucking the tree, and she's all like, "What the fuck are you doing? That's weird. You shouldn't do that. That's not normal." And he's all like, "Oh, they taste awesome. You should try it." And he knows that she's a troll. She doesn't know that, so she tries one of the caterpillars,
Okay.
and then
That
she's
makes
like, "Oh, I
sense.
like it." She's like, "I like caterpillars are good." Tastes
He
awesome."
knows she's gonna like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And she can tell she was tempted, right? Like he's like, "Here, try it." He's like, "No, that's normal." I was like, "Just try it." And she tries it anyway, like, you know, didn't take that
Yeah.
much.
She doesn't want to admit like she wants to do it.
Yeah.
And then she like goes through with it.
Yeah. Really subtle. It was good. Good.
This is almost like a book, kind of.
A little bit, yeah.
Like when you see it again, it's one of those movies where like you can re-examine it the second time.
yeah.
Like understand what they're thinking more so.
Mhm. And then yeah, at first I thought it was just because like they're dogs or something. It was like the dogs don't eat bugs. So, but anyways, yeah. Vor moves in with her.
Yeah, that's true.
Or near her, right? I like the part where he walks up to the dogs and just like growls and they all shut the fuck up.
That was really, they use like a sound effect for that, right?
Probably, yeah.
I don't remember. I feel like it sounded kind of human, but it was a little weird.
Yeah. It was a pretty aggressive growl.
Yeah.
And then, you know, what's the next significant thing that happens? Not a lot. It's like you can tell she's getting more interested in who Vor is.
Oh, there's the whole thing with the porn.
The porn. Oh, the B plot. Yeah.
The B story wasn't anything too special.
Yeah, it's like
I almost wish it
I
wasn't there.
almost forgot about it. Yeah. So they detectives start using her to like catch more child predators and stuff. So there's this whole side plot of her tracking down these pedophiles who are like,
Yeah.
man, I almost wanted to see that video. Even though it would have given like an NC-17 rating, I still wanted to like my curiosity was like, let me see.
You
know?
didn't want to like visualize it. It wasn't.
I mean, I was visualizing it, but it's like,
because you hear like the baby crying, right?
yeah, but it's like, I'm so fucked up. It's like I just It's like, what are they doing? Can you at least tell me what they're doing? They don't. They're like, oh my god, it's so horrible. It's like,
it is a bit of a gimmick.
What is it? What are they doing? Like, at least tell me.
Sometimes it is better to give the audience something.
Yeah, but it's like, I want to know how bad it is. If it's like, oh, they're just like poking this baby, it's like, it's not that bad.
I think they were like fucking the baby.
That's what I thought too. I was like, man, they're like fucking the baby. You know,
it's the B plot though doesn't really like go anywhere too significant. And I know it's like supposed to tie in. It does tie in. Yeah. It does tie in where it's like he wants to change out their babies.
Yeah.
And shit. But it's just like, I really wish it was more just like a weird romance.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because the B plot like doesn't have too much like screen time either.
No,
and then
flesh it out.
In a way, it almost turns into like a not a spy movie, almost like a crime movie.
Yeah, those scenes. Yeah, it was. They were interesting though. They weren't bad. You know,
they were all right. I like I said, wish it was more romance, but
all right. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So we got that going on in like the middle of the story.
Yes.
Slowly, like she asks her dad like a question about
the scar.
Yeah. And then it's like they both got struck by lightning.
Yeah.
And then you think it's just like they do this because they're like soulmates or something.
Yeah.
You know, not because they're like fucking trolls.
No, I knew it was because like he said that he had a scar on the back. I was like, maybe they came from like the same experiment or something. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, it was an experiment. They came from like the same, whatever. The dad's obviously lying about something.
Yeah, I really like. I was thinking of it in more like an artsy way. I think.
Oh really? I was thinking about it more like literally. Like what happened to them?
Because I thought that's what the movie was gonna be. Like artsy romance, and then it was very plot heavy.
I almost wish it was a little bit more
artsy.
I almost wish it was a little bit more fantasy.
Yeah, or like go more so with like the whole troll thing, and then almost make it like a tone poem.
I can see that.
They relied a little too much on like.
I wanted to see more. I wanted to see more beautiful stuff.
Yeah, the cinematography is really good in this.
I'll tell you about my favorite scene when we get there.
The images are really clean.
I really like the images. Really natural, really naturalistic looking.
The middle of the movie though, kind of like. Doesn't have too much going on.
Okay, so they reveal the troll thing at the midpoint, right?
Somewhere around there,
the midpoint.
Definitely like at least an hour in or so.
The break into two into the second act is when Vor moves in. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah, like the second act starts right there.
Then that one guy gets out of there.
Yeah, he leaves after the reveal. But the midpoint, I'm pretty sure, is when so the boyfriend leaves, and you're like, okay, they're gonna fuck or something. They're gonna do something really sexual, and then you know the mating scene starts. And it's more like a mating scene than like a sex scene.
Yeah, they swim together.
Yeah, they swim together.
When they swim together, that's a good scene.
But even at the start of the mating scene, it's like she's like growling and stuff. They're like, it's really aggressive, like animal sex.
They're animal, yeah.
And then all of a sudden you see her like they pull down the pants. Like, well, they both have vaginas, so I guess they're just gonna scissor. They pull down her pants, Tina's pants. And all of a sudden, she starts growing a penis.
That was kind of weird.
That was the weirdest part for me. I was like, whoa.
I know that was like, I feel that's supposed to be like the weird part.
I kind of had an idea that would happen. Like, have you ever seen like Splice?
No, but like
there's a scene kind of like that in Splice.
Have you seen The Crying Game?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I have not.
Splice though, yeah, that makes sense. Because isn't the thing in Splice like a girl?
Yeah.
That's with Adrian Brody,
but there's
right?
a thing that some certain animals do where it's like when there's no females around, one of them will turn to a male.
What the fuck?
Some animals do that. Like fish do that. I don't know how many. I'm sure some amphibians
do it. They just evolve.
They just evolve like, it's like the part of their evolution. So that's what I thought this was. Yeah, I was like, because there's no male.
Now, the dick looks really weird. Yeah, it's like super fucking thin.
It looked like a really skinny mushroom.
Not even...
Like, have you ever seen those really skinny, long mushrooms? That's what exactly.
Yeah, but there was like no head or anything.
I thought there was a head. I swear to God, I saw like a tiny head.
The way I rewatched it, I think.
Did you pause right there?
I tried. Did you watch it on Amazon?
I did.
Okay, yeah.
I did. Yeah.
It looked like a pencil.
A little bit.
Like to me, like this is how thin it was.
I thought it looked like a pinky with like a pink ball at the end.
I literally just saw like something. It was really curved.
We'd have to get it. We'd have to get it.
No, like,
and then she proceeds to fuck Vor. So
the sounds they make are pretty gross.
Yeah, it was very
See,
like.
If the movie was that, I would have been really cool with it. Like, if the movie was just this weird, like, fucking troll sex romance thing.
It just, the rest of the movie is just one long sex scene.
Dude, that shit where after that, I think they run through the forest. That's like the most troll-like scene.
Okay, that's my favorite scene.
Oh, okay.
My favorite scene is the one where like they finally have sex for the first time and they're running through the forest butt naked.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's just such a natural, almost fantasy feeling. Like I feel like when I picture like what trolls look like in like a fucking book, it's like them running through the forest. I wanted more of that. Like even before that, before the reveal, there's a part where she's looking at the fucking waterfall, and it looks like a waterfall from like fucking like Lord of the Rings. You know, it just looks it looks very like fantasy like, and I like those scenes. Like I like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like new.
It's almost like a kid's like fairy tale.
Yeah, it looks like that. When they're running through the forest naked, it looks like it almost looks like an illustration from like an old book. You know what I'm saying?
It makes me think of like Where the Wild Things Are.
Yeah.
And it's like just like these are the trolls that run through the forest.
Yeah.
And then it's like just like a literal representation of it.
Yeah, I really like that.
You know, that part's like definitely one of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah.
Like that's
my favorite shot, I think.
That's like the best troll.
That's like as troll as it can get.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Everything else about the trolls kind of like
it gets a little bit like
it's not a metaphor.
It gets a little philosophical.
Like with the changelings?
That and like humans are evil and all that bullshit. Yeah. And
all that bullshit.
And it's more like bullshit philosophy, but it's not philosophy. It's just like moral decisions,
it's sort of
choices.
Philosophy. I don't know. But anyways, they run through the forest like little trolls, and then he starts to like kind of brainwash her, right?
Yeah, he starts trying to brainwash her. Like,
okay.
These humans, they killed my family. They experimented on my parents, which
they experimented on
did.
you.
Yeah, they experimented on you. They cut off our tails. But there is like a group of trolls out there, and I hope they can find me. You know, when I'm ready. You know,
or no, he knows that. Yeah. Like you can't find them. They find you, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Something like that.
You know, that part was good. You know, some world building. It's more like exposition. It's whatever.
That's when it gets very plotty, though.
It got really plotty. Yeah, I think it's because of that. I think it's because of the exposition. It would have been better to show it, but then that would have changed the plot entirely. I almost feel like he was after the reveal. He tries to make it like this thing where it's like a moral thing where it's like everything is gray, nothing's black and white. So humans aren't just evil. It's like the trolls are evil too. They do fucked up shit. It's like he's trying to show like, even though this is where she comes from, this is like these are true people. They're not any better than us, you know.
No, yeah.
They at first they really sell it to you like, we're just we eat fucking caterpillars. We don't make factories.
We
live in equilibrium with the earth and shit. And
then humans just fuck us up.
And humans just fuck. And they really sell that. It's like, you know, this movie's very like anti-human right now. And then by the end you're like, okay, you know, it's showing us that it's not black and white.
It's almost like
gray.
It's like there's characteristics through like sentient beings, like common characteristics through sentient beings type of thing.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but it's like
everyone has that evil in them.
Yeah,
even the trolls,
and which is realistic, which is true, right? And I'm glad they went that way. I'm sure that's why the filmmaker decided to go this way.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
It makes sense, but after that, it becomes a little bit predictable. It's like I could kind of tell, like, you know, the baby stuff and, you know, the pedophile stuff.
Yeah.
You could kind of, like, if you really think about it when you're watching it for the first time, you can see how there's going to be a connection like that coming up.
When I find out that Vor's in on the, like,
I wasn't that surprised by it.
I wasn't, like, digging it. When he fucking takes him out of the car and beats him up, I was like...
That was a bit... yeah, I don't know.
That's like, you need to hit a fucking... That's like hitting a plot point. Like, that's what it feels like.
I felt like some first draft shit.
Yeah, that's like, okay, I need to have, like, Dark Knight of the Soul right here. Like, insert cut up puzzle piece.
Yeah,
you know? Like, I'm like, really? Like, I really think they kind of screwed up in that regard.
Yeah, after the midpoint, it doesn't feel as interesting.
It's like, then there's got to be, like, that break into 3.
Yeah.
Then like,
it did feel really structured.
Third act fun and games type of thing. I do like when... this is skipping ahead a bit, but like you just see him jump into the ocean and you don't like know that he died.
Yeah, it's just,
do you think he dies?
I'm
like what would you predict?
I think he didn't die.
If you had to put money on it.
I think he sent her the baby.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He sent her the baby. Yeah, he's still alive.
You don't think it's the trolls? Maybe the trolls
No,
found her.
because I think she got her pregnant. She got him pregnant.
Yeah, you're right. That is their kid.
Yeah, I think.
Oh,
that's
and
kid.
it looks like a troll.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But, yeah, you're right. I
think,
forgot about that
yeah.
part. All right, yeah.
The whole changeling thing was disturbing.
It is pretty gross.
Like
yeah.
you see the changeling for the first time, I was like, oh, whatever. I didn't think much of it. I was like, okay. Then you kind of realize like, okay, this is how he exchanges the babies. The disturbing part for me was like, imagine walking out and suddenly walking back in and your kid looks like this weird, fucked up, closed-eyed freak.
Doesn't it have like its eyes are taken out?
Its eyes are like kind of gone. They're never taken out.
They're like
just gone.
sewed shut.
Yeah, they're like really just closed.
Oh, okay.
It's like how a fetus looks when its eyes are closed.
Yeah,
It looks
okay.
like that. And then it has like scars. It's like what the fuck happened to my baby? It's like that's just so traumatizing. It's like what the fuck? What the fuck just happened? That part would be like.
Were you able to like feel that?
I could feel what the parents were feeling because like that's such a fucked up. That's if you walked on anybody. That's like if you walked in on your mom. She was just like chilling on the couch, and all of a sudden she's just like this weird.
She's sewed up and shit.
She's like not even like sewed up, just like she's like a different being. It's like like my mom is like dead now. You know, it's like so sudden and shocking and weird. It's like there's no they have no idea why it happened.
That is the creepy part.
Yeah,
I don't know. Probably like I didn't really feel too much. Probably because I'm thinking of it more so from like the third person point of view. Like if I really think of it like from like my kid being like that and not knowing why is the issue.
I think the context, knowing that baby's being kidnapped to like potentially be like
put in porn,
fucked.
That is kind of gross.
That's also what makes it a lot worse. It's like for Tina, it's like wow. Not only do they think their baby's like this weird fucked up thing that's gonna die in like a few months, but their actual baby's being used for like really fucked up evil pleasure, you know?
Yeah, that's like a burden.
It's
on
like,
her
dude, that's
conscience.
just so like gross. It's just so nasty.
Does it make you feel kind of weird?
Oh yeah, it really gets to me. Yeah,
really?
like it makes me want to kill somebody. You know, it's like that kind of energy.
Oh shit!
I'm not gonna actually kill somebody, but it's like very guttural for me. It's like very just like animal response.
It sounds like it really got like a response, like a response out of you.
That's why I really wanted to see like was in the video. It's like I really wanted to feel something like bad.
Slow-mo it. Slow-mo
that'd be fucked up.
Slow-mo porn.
No. Oh man, slow-mo porn would be interesting.
With the money shot.
Not child porn, but like just generic.
Do the
porn.
money shot like slow.
That'd be interesting slow mode.
That'd be like a Boogie Nights thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is basically the final image though. She gets her troll baby.
Yeah, she gets her troll baby and starts feeding it ants and bugs and stuff. And it just kind of ends. Not really a big significant closing image. I mean, like I can't think of like what the actual final image is, you know.
The final image is that whole idea of her getting the baby.
Yeah, it's more like a final sequence of events.
Yeah, it's like a sequence. The image is a sequence.
Yeah.
It was.
And the ending's like okay, you know.
She goes to her dad and she like talks to him. I think right.
Yeah, she gets some closure.
Yeah. And it just got like I said, it got really plotty in there and
and exposition-y.
It kind of took me out of it.
You know, that's interesting. I think exposition fucking sucks after the second half of the movie.
Yeah.
Like after the second half, you should really just cut exposition. Like no more.
It did not benefit this movie.
No, the exposition after the second half wasn't as interesting as it should have been. I think it's just how they.
It was almost like first act exposition, like
in
like an hour in.
Yeah.
And
it just wasn't doing it for me.
For me, it's like all the visceral stuff, like the finding out like Vor's a girl.
Yeah.
And then like him just like his fucking smile. Just there's something like you see that and you're like that's fucking horny and gross.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then the whole like them having sex running through the forest. Once it starts to get into the whole like Vor's tied into the child molesters, then it just for me it gets like it's like a mystery story then or something, like a crime story.
I don't really like it as much.
It just I feel like it's just a little inconsistent in that regard.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen more visual stuff. They definitely in the second half they needed some more visual stuff.
I would have been cool if they just like went on the rest of the story naked trying to find like the trolls.
Yeah, I wouldn't
have
minded that either.
You know?
You would have to change up the setup a little bit though.
You just decide what you want to do with it from the beginning either too.
Yeah.
Like
so they decided to make it pretty like structured and you know, keep it very human.
And that did surprise me, but maybe that's more of just, in a way, like I didn't really get that big emotional response, but I'm also being a bit nitpicky.
Yeah, so am I.
But
I'm sure somebody else really likes this movie.
Oh yeah, like
You know?
if you saw this movie too and like you were like disturbed by it like deeply, like that's good. Like that's what I think
good job.
the movie is trying to do.
Okay, so it's 10:50. Do you want to grade it?
Do you have anything else to say? I'll try.
I think we hit all the beats. I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I think I'd watch it again, but I feel this is like a movie you should want to watch again because it's like got so many interesting things about it, but like the structure kind of kills me.
I would skim it.
I would watch my favorite parts of it.
Yeah, exactly. I would just watch my favorite parts, and I would be like, cool.
It's like I don't know. After I saw it with my girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
We kind of both like felt the same.
Okay, nice. Do you feel like she's getting more into movies the more you show her these weird movies?
Well, just the way like her TV works too. We used to be able to watch DVDs on it, but now our fucking computer took a shit, so we like can't put stuff. Like usually when we watch something, we gotta like go find it on Amazon or Netflix.
Bummer.
What else? I showed her something else recently. I'll think of it. It depends.
Okay,
it depends
yeah.
on the movie. I showed her this movie called Amore. It made her cry.
You're talking about that.
Yeah, I was talking to Anthony about that.
Yeah.
That's like one of my top 10 movies.
Really?
Yes.
Did you just watch it or?
So I watched it like in May, and then I just rewatched it because I was thinking about it for like 3 weeks, and I wanted to buy the DVD, and it's like nah. I just like bought it on Amazon to like rent it, and I watched it with her, and I was like, oh shit, such a good movie. Really depressing. It like makes you think about life and shit.
All right, I'll have to watch it.
Amore.
All right, so grade.
At first I gave it like a 7 out of 10, but now I might give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Maybe like a 3 out of 4.
This is like you're barely passing, Bucko.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like
you got like a really cool idea, and then kind of you got like this really amazing like fucking big brain idea.
Big brain.
And then it's like you're in algebra 2 and you're doing shit from like AP calculus, but then you put it through like geometry.
Yeah,
And
I know what you mean. Yeah.
God, little disappointed. It was overall good though.
Yeah, it's like you really got a good setup here. I really like what you did here with like some of the sexual tension. I really liked. I liked how they felt very animalistic. I like the mystery and you build in the first half. I like some of the scenes in the first half. I like I like how it really. It's not like it doesn't show you a lot of fantasy stuff. It really just implies it to you. It's like it gives you a lot of ideas, and then it gives you some images that are kind of fantasy, and it's up to you to like really put that content, like really just plug it in.
If you do it though, it like makes it better.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100. Like,
Yeah.
Like me looking at the scene running through the forest, like if you didn't have context of like other fantasy shit, you'd just be like, they're just running through the fucking forest naked.
Yeah.
But like I understand what other fantasy stuff looks like. I've seen like old pictures and stuff. And like a lot of that stuff is like very natural looking.
If
and,
you
like,
just have
if you put 2 and 2 together, it enhances.
You have like a common knowledge of like basically what fantasy tone is like.
You do need some context to really like those scenes.
So
for me,
I would recommend it to people though.
Yeah, especially if you
Like,
want to see some like
weird
really
shit.
unique stuff.
Oh yeah. The fucking makeup's amazing.
They did a great job.
Like they had to get in that makeup. Like I read something the actors had to start like 2:30 in the morning.
I believe it. Yeah.
Fuck, that would suck, dude. How much sleep are you getting? Like, holy shit.
I get no sleep.
Yeah, like seriously.
So I'd give this like 6.99 or like a 7.00 out of 10. So like on the cusp. Like I almost want to give you a D, but you kind of do deserve a C minus.
I'd give him a B minus. I'd give him a B minus.
Then I'll stick with a C minus. I wanted more after the second half. The second half feels very they didn't have enough time to make it to give it that impact.
They just fucked it up.
Yeah, I didn't feel any impact. All the impact was gone after the sex scene.
The sex scene, yeah.
Yeah, after it, I was just like, it was after they get out of the pool and they just kind of have that conversation. There was some interesting stuff in that conversation, but it just got too exposition-y, and it's like it started to lose me.
It was forced.
So yeah, so I'll go to C minus. 7.
I guess I'd give it my rating on Rotten Tomatoes would make it a fresh B minus. So,
what is that? And like, if you were to convert that to my scale, what would that be?
So, it'd be like an 8.
8? Okay.
8. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's
your scale. It's like a fucking translator.
Yeah. It's like we're translating fucking
the Norby scale, and
we're translating like fucking what's the word?
currencies.
Currencies, yeah. It's like we're translating currencies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or exchange rates and shit.
Do you want to get into our next recommendation?
Yeah, go.
So
for
you go first because I went before you last time.
I'll try to keep it. I have an idea. I have like 4 movies.
Do it.
Didn't you say you have an idea of what you want to do?
Yeah, I think I already know what I want to do, so it'll be quicker.
I was thinking of Fear and Loathing.
Woo!
I want to talk about. Yeah. I want to talk about. I want to talk about Rumblefish.
You'll probably be done by then. If it's 40 pages.
Yeah.
You don't want to risk it.
I might give it another episode.
Okay. All right.
Just because I didn't really read any this week because I was kind of busy.
You're good.
I want to talk with you about Stalker at some point.
Oh, I'd like to watch that.
I know they talked about it on Sardonicast.
Maybe we'll save it.
And I mean, just because they talked about it on there, but still, I kind of want to find stuff sometimes that doesn't have like a big conversation on it.
Yeah,
that's always fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Make the conversation.
It'd be good to do one on Buffalo 66. We'll save it.
All right.
We'll save it. No,
All
we'll
right,
save it.
The Vincent
Gallo episode.
There's this movie called Paradise Lost. It's this documentary.
Oh, I never heard of that.
It's supposed to be really fucked up.
If you want to recommend it, you can. Be the first documentary.
But I've really wanted to watch the prequels.
No. That's a whole that's like a whole episode type deal.
Sardonicast did that once.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. I haven't watched it. They did like Lord of the Rings. They did the Dollars.
I watched
trilogy.
the Lord of the Rings one. It was good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Is it pretty good?
Yeah, I like Lord of the Rings too, so I need to watch those movies again.
They usually get good stuff on there.
Nice.
They've got stuff too that like made me watch some of the movies.
They did the Spider-Man ones as well.
Yeah.
I like that.
They did The Godfather.
Yeah.
They're pretty good with doing that.
They got some good choices.
We should do that at some point.
Yeah,
Each do a trilogy. Let's do it over the summer or something.
All right, yeah.
When we have some more time.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'm looking forward to some of those because I don't think anybody's done quite.
We should do like a trilogy that isn't like not like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly or The Godfather.
No, just like a collection, like Vincent Gallo. We'll just talk about Brown Bunny.
I got one. All right,
go for it. Go for it.
No, for the.
For different. All right.
Okay.
You got a movie yet?
Okay. I really want you to see Funny Games though.
Okay.
The 2007
Never
version.
seen it.
So there's 2 versions. There's the 2007 version and the 1997 version.
Let me see the audio really quick.
I actually watched the 1997 one and I've seen it before. I saw the 1997 one though, like in November.
And you like
Michael Haneke.
You like the 2007 version more?
The 2007 version's in English, and I think it's better.
Okay.
Not just because it's in English, but just like.
Oh, and it has Naomi Watts.
Yes, and Tim Roth.
And you love her.
I was thinking about that the other day. I really like Naomi Watts in like 5 different movies. Like, I really enjoy her. She's really good in.
Tim Roth is in it, yeah.
21 Grams. Fucking Mulholland Drive. She's so good in Mulholland Drive.
I need to watch.
Like her role in Mulholland Drive is like so layered. Like it would hurt my mind to like really think about like how to like direct her. Yeah. Like it's like you're taking a shit. Like
you need to be angry and sad, but also really cool at the same time.
It's so weird.
I don't know. I haven't seen that movie. I have no idea what she's like.
Well, you need to watch it sometime. I need to watch Buffalo 66 though. So
oh my god, bro!
I know.
I'm so happy to. I don't care if you think it sucks. I just really, I really want to talk about that movie.
When I watch it, you want to just like talk about it on the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we'll do a Vincent Gallo episode.
Oh, okay.
We gotta do a Vincent Gallo episode.
Okay. Oh.
All right, so Funny Games is the movie you recommend?
Yeah, so 2007. It's in English.
2007. Okay.
And this will be your introduction to Michael Haneke.
Nice.
He's like my top 3 directors.
Yeah.
I really
don't
like
think I've seen anything by him.
No, I don't think. Yeah, he's from Austria.
Oh, okay.
Funny Games 2007. Really looking forward to it.
Okay.
I know there's gonna be one scene in the movie that you just fucking like. You're gonna love it, dude.
Have you seen it before?
I've seen it like 3 times.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I need to talk about it. It's like for me like Buffalo 66.
It's for me. Yeah, I'll probably end up liking it.
Oh dude,
man, this is such a title.
All right.
Oh, nice. Okay. I'm looking at it on IMDb right now. The movie I want to recommend. So that's your recommendation.
Funny Games 2007.
Okay.
No one's
good.
talked about it really either.
This is a movie. Okay. So my recommendation. This is a movie I haven't seen. I saw the ending scene.
Oh, you're telling me it like spoiled it for you?
Yeah, it spoiled it, but I don't care because this is why I want to see this movie. 'Cause I want the build up to the ending scene. Okay, it has a 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb. 2,447 people have seen it.
7.4 out of 10.
2,000 people.
Oh, okay.
On IMDb. It's called. Let me
Not
read
too
let me read the
popular
full.
then.
Let me read the full thing. It's Korean. I'm pretty sure it's Korean. I think it's got to be Korean.
Okay.
It's called. Let me know if you've heard of it. Once upon a time in high school, the spirit of Jeet Kune Do.
What the fuck?
Okay, 1 hour 56 minutes. Not rated. Interesting.
Once upon
Not
a
rated.
time in high school.
I wouldn't read. Don't read any of the log lines. I'm not going to read any of them. I have an
okay.
idea of what it's about.
I want to like just see what this looks like.
It's directed by Ha Yu, written by Ha Yu. There's
This okay, I found it, I think.
Yeah.
Jeet Kune.
Do.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Where can we watch this? That's the only
Oh, that's a good question.
Let's make sure we're able to.
Once upon a time in not Hollywood.
Or the West.
A time
Or America.
in high school. Full movie English sub, do they have it?
Watch online.
Yeah. Once upon a time in high school. Fuck, dude. The ending scene of this is so fucking good.
Maybe Amazon.
Amazon Prime. Yeah, they might not have it.
Because I know Amazon didn't have Pixote. Yeah, it doesn't have it. Just watch. Is it on Netflix?
Oh, fuck no. Hell no.
Okay. This wouldn't be on Netflix. Tubi might have it.
Damn, it really isn't available on Amazon Prime, motherfucker. Tubi? I don't watch Tubi.
Tubi was the thing I watched
good.
Irreversible on. First time I saw Irreversible was on this phone.
I watched a scene on my phone from Irreversible. So
Yeah, I really. Movieorca.com. I don't know if I trust this to not give my phone a virus.
damn, they don't even have it on Criterion.
How'd you find the ending of this movie?
It was on YouTube.
Okay.
I watched the ending scene. The way this movie ends is one of the best ways. It's a very specific kind of scene, and I don't want to spoil it. It's a very specific kind of scene, and the way they do this scene is one of the best I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I was so impressed. Man.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, don't look it up. Don't look
Is
at
the
ending
movie
scene.
on YouTube?
No, it's not. I looked. They have what do they have? They have 24 minutes of it. I'm really looking forward to seeing this. Fuck. Do they have it for do they have the DVD on sale on Amazon?
Let me look. Once upon a time.
In Hollywood, not Hollywood. Fucking Quentin Tarantino.
DVD. Hope so. Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. Yeah. Fuck, dude. How the fuck do we watch this
Let's
movie?
See all buying options.
Oh, it looks like they do have it.
Oh shit! It won't come here till like March.
See all buying options.
$25.
God damn, motherfucker.
One other option.
Oh, that sucks.
These bitches.
I know. I'll recommend it for a different episode. Fuck.
Talk about
I'll
it.
buy it. I'll buy it and we can watch it.
Okay.
I'll put it in my cart right now. Used. They only have it used, dude.
Is it the one that's $24.99?
Yeah.
It says very good. Pro seller. Oh, make sure it's this region too, though.
Oh fuck, dude.
I need to get a regionless
Yeah.
Blu-ray
Please ensure that the DVD Blu-ray.
Check it
region
out.
mentioned.
It's always better when you see it
Oh
on.
my god.
Do you have the Amazon app?
I do, yeah.
The Amazon app kind of sucks dick.
Oh, maybe I'll try.
Sorry, Jeff Bezos. Look it up on the
Jeff
computer,
Bezos.
maybe.
Yeah, I'll probably. So we'll do that for another one.
Okay.
But yeah, Once Upon a Time in high school has one of the coolest
endings.
Just one of the most impressive. Man, just that one scene.
It's worth
it really.
You think?
It's to me. I don't want to hype it up. I'm really sucking its dick right now, like hard. This is like the hardest VJ of getting a movie since like on this podcast. It's like Eyes Wide Shut. You know. I want to see how the build up is. I feel like the build up. I wouldn't be surprised if most movies sucked. But the ending scene is like,
okay,
fuck it, wow.
Okay.
I could. This is like one of those scenes I could talk about forever. Okay, let me look at other movies.
I'm looking forward to seeing it at some point.
Let me see. Yeah, I recommend Once Upon a Time in High School in here. Port of Shadows. I wonder what that. I think I wrote that down when we were at the UNLV library.
Oh shit, we need to do
Port
that
of Shadows,
at some point
yeah.
too. Do you recommend? We should do a UNLV night.
Well, yeah, we'll do a fucking.
We just like pick our recommendations from there.
We'll do a Criterion closet pick.
Yeah.
We'll do that. We'll make that the intro to like one of them.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Let me see. What do I have on here? Man, American. Oh, maybe. What'd you recommend again? Funny Games.
Funny Games 2007.
2007. Okay. What kind of movie should I recommend?
Let me make sure you can watch that. You should be able to, but I think it's on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I'll check really quick.
That sounds good. Sky, Fallen Angels, Brown Bunny, Saving Brown Bunny, House of Games, Thesis, Singles, Run,
Thesis. I saw Thesis with my girlfriend.
Naked Lunch, Raw.
Naked Lunch.
That's the Cronenberg, right?
Yep.
Fuck it, let's do Naked Lunch. I want to see that one.
You sure?
Yeah.
You want to do Naked Lunch?
You're so happy.
I can buy the Criterion now.
Yeah, I want to. That movie looked interesting. I want to.
You can watch it on Amazon for $2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Easy peasy. So that settles it.
They did talk about it on Sardonicast.
Oh my fuck! God
but the only thing is, it's like there's a lot to talk about.
Okay, good.
It is your choice.
Yeah. I've like fucking our first episode. I didn't realize like they talked about Hausu in their first episode too. I was like, fuck. God fucking damn it, dude.
Oh yeah, they did in like one of
the first like literally like their first episode. I was like, motherfucker, dude. I didn't realize that till after like
tried to be original.
After like Screen Tongue 3, I was like, oh, House. I heard Josh and you talking about it. I had no idea they talked about it in their first episode, man. Fucked up.
That's so funny.
I don't know.
The other one I was thinking of recommending was Sid and Nancy.
Ooh, I've been watching the trailer for that like nonstop. I haven't seen it, but I've been watching the trailer like a lot.
I listened to the Sex Pistols on the way over here too.
Oh, I might recommend that because I want to watch that. Did Sardonicast talk about it?
I don't think so.
Fuck it.
No, well, I don't mean to.
If they did talk about it, Elijah, you are not my friend anymore.
Sid.
One fucker's been listening to this whole thing.
Sid and Nancy.
If you've been listening to this whole thing, and if you're not like a bot or anything, congratulations for sitting through this whole thing. You're a trooper.
Okay, I don't think they did.
Whoever you are.
Thank you.
Good job.
Check out
you
Border.
listen to the whole thing. Yeah, check it out. Check out the movies you watched.
Yeah, do you have any recommendations?
I would of the 3 we watched, I recommend Pixote over all of them.
Pixote fucking kicks all the other ones asses.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
would do Pixote. Then Alice and Border are like the same for me.
Yeah, they're about the same. I gave both of them very similar ratings.
Alice is a better movie, but Border is kind of cooler.
Yeah, they're both like the same. They're like tied for second for me, you know. Like Alice is like consistent with what it is, and Border's just kind of like really cool at the beginning, lets me down in the end, you know, the second half.
Yeah.
So it's like it's about the same level of like how much I'm attached to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas Pixote's like
like universal.
Throughout it has like some really cool scenes. A few scenes that were like could have been better, but for the most part, really strong movie.
It's very disturbing.
Yeah.
Like it's sad.
Yeah.
I had a strong response from Pixote.
Yeah. All right. So
I was gonna say though, don't like Naked Lunch. Like, there's a shit ton to talk about that movie.
I might recommend that a little bit later.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah, but I do want to see Sid and Nancy.
Do you know the thing about like Naked Lunch too? Like the
No,
book?
I have no idea what the
Oh.
fuck. I don't know anything.
Read a little bit. Like after you see the movie, read up on like the book and shit.
All right.
It's crazy as hell, dude.
Yeah, I have no idea. But Sid Nancy, I like the trailer for it.
You sure?
Yeah, I
Okay.
really want to watch that movie. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
So 1986, Sid Nancy, rated R, 1 hour 52 minutes, directed by Alex Cox, written by Alex Cox.
He did Repo Man.
He did Repo. That makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. Repo Man is dope. I love Repo Man. Fuck.
I need to see Repo Man.
Repo Man is awesome, man. Such a. Oh, fuck, dude. I love Repo Man. I really, dude. That movie's like, oh, fuck.
Gary Oldman plays Sid Vicious.
Yeah, yeah.
And
he
then
kind of looks like him in a few shots.
Roger
too.
Deakins is the cinematographer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I read that on Wikipedia.
Interesting. Cinematographer. Yep. Correct.
Yeah, if that's what you want to go with, that's cool.
Yeah, let's do Sid Nancy. I've been
All
wanting
right.
to watch a movie for a while.
So I got like 2 picks technically.
I used to fuck, dude. The first
Sorry.
time I went to yeah, you did.
Sorry.
No, but I mean, it's like I wanted to watch it too.
Okay.
Fucking the first time I went to a mosh pit, I was hanging out with these girls that were really into like Sid Vicious. and
Oh
shit.
my god, really?
I think one time they were like, "Oh, if you dyed your hair black, Norva, you look like Sid Vicious." I was like,
fucking like Sid Vicious
and that was
fanboys.
like, yeah, that was like 17, 18. I was like, I don't know who Sid Vicious is.
Oh, really?
I had no idea. Yeah,
Oh.
I wasn't.
Do you know his story a little bit?
I did. I know. I mean, I know a lot more about it now.
Okay.
I wasn't that too into it. After going to a mosh pit, I got really into
Sid Vicious.
not Sid Vicious, but just like into
Different music?
Different music, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't too into punk until after I did that.
Punk
No.
is really interesting.
I'm really
it's-
starting to like really get into punk these past few years.
It's almost like more fun to talk about than to listen to sometimes.
Sometimes it's
but-
yeah. I think what really stopped me from getting into punk, like a lot of the popular like classic punk stuff, is really repetitive.
Oh yeah,
It's like really is like
it's like a minute. It's
yeah.
a like minute-long songs of them just like saying "fuck the government" type
yeah.
of thing.
I've been like I got really into like the Misfits.
Oh,
I
okay.
like the Misfits.
Okay.
Like my favorite song from the Misfits right now is what's it called, Last Caress.
Okay.
I really like that one. They got some other really good ones. I haven't gotten too into them, but I got into them.
They're like kind of like horror punk.
Yeah, it's weird. They
Yeah.
have like it's not even like horror. It's like
Goth.
Halloween. You know, like they literally
Yeah.
have a song called Halloween. I like it,
Oh, okay.
and it has a cool connection like skateboarding too, which I really
Oh,
like.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of cool.
I need to listen to more Misfits.
Yeah,
Stuff.
Misfits is good.
Their logo's like
I like the
iconic
logo is awesome
with
man.
the fucking face.
Yeah, it's not this skull, but
it
it's a
looks
skull.
like that kind
Yeah,
of.
I like
yeah.
how it's like a really weird looking skull with the
Yeah.
eyeballs, and
It almost
cool.
looks like fuck.
looks like fuck.
It almost looks like the Joker, but not the Joker. Someone else. The Crow.
Oh yeah, I can see.
I want to
that,
talk
yeah.
about The Crow at some point.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that movie. I know what's
You-
his face.
Don't spoil it.
all right.
I
I
mean,
mean, it's not a spoiler. It's a real life event. Yeah, spoil the real life event.
have you heard about like how it happened?
Yeah, I know.
It's
I know,
so
I know
sad,
everything
dude.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know about it.
So
Okay, so those are the picks. those
Funny Games
recommendations.
2007
and Sid and Nancy 2000. No, 1986.
something. Yeah.
1986.
And if
Gary Oldman.
Norby doesn't like funny games, he's a bad person. It's like, dude, this movie's so. They're
Okay.
so.
All right,
it's so
we'll
fucking
see.
cool.
We'll see.
Okay.
All right, and again, if you guys have any movie recommendations, just send me a message on either the Backcountry Instagram or on Discord, or my personal Instagram. I don't care, or even Elijah's Instagram.
I don't give a shit.
No, none of us care. Just make sure we see it. I don't care how many times you have to message me. I prefer when people message me.
Yeah, it's
I like
cool.
people messaging.
You make
me.
a connection.
Yeah, I like
So.
it. That's
All right.
it.
That was a lot
That's
of
it.
fun.
I hope you guys have a good night. For the one person who's still here, if you're a real person, thank you again. Check out those movies. Maybe talk in the
All
chat
right.
if you're real.
I hope you watch them before you listen to
Yeah.
us spoil the shit out of them.
It'd be funny
But-
if there's just one guy who shows up and just listens to him.
He's just like
Without
that's
watching
how
the
he.
movie, huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Let me.
Have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night.
Time to do French homework.
Good luck, man.
I'm just gonna. I feel bad, but I'm gonna Google Translate some of it.
I do that all the time.
I really feel bad though because I want to learn like French a little bit.
This is bad country.